Good morning, Desiree Vic. Hey, love. Good morning, Net. Hey, Kay. Miss Alfreda, how you doing? L. Preston, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good, L. Preston. Thanks for asking. Shoot, I got these allergies. Hey, D. Cobb. I don't understand how fall allergies can be worse than summer allergies. That's crazy. But I'm going through it this morning, y'all. I'm going through it. I hate ragweed. It's crazy. Jesus. It's annoying. Anyway, hey, Demetrius. Hey, Allie Edge. How you doing? Watching while working. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. Hey, Demetrius, body. Super Kelly. Super Kelly. Fragilista. It's be yellow. Dosha. Hey, Kingsmina. Hey, Trenta. I love Mary Poppins. Girl, you gonna put that movie in my mind. That's crazy. Ooh, child. Good morning, everybody. Jay Parrish, how you doing? Have an amazing day on purpose. I like that. I like that. Hey, the hood table, how you doing? Hey, Uncle Cloud. Hey, love. Child, you know how it be, Cloud. You know I understand. Let me see what. Hey, Mika. Hey, Billy Jean. How you doing? Hey, Miss Pretty Wings. My girl's coming in this morning. That's all right. Good morning, child. My sinuses is tripping too. I think, yeah, it's the climate change, child. It's truly horrible. Like, seriously. Ugh. I feel like I got a pressure cooker in my head. Okay, squeezing down on my sinuses. Okay, it's Pretty Wings. I don't know if I said that, but hey, Monroe, how you doing? If you guys don't mind, would you mind hitting the like button, please? I would greatly appreciate it. So anyway, y'all, it's enough for everybody in here. Let's get started, chat. Cause like I said, I got questions. I got questions. Okay. So yesterday there was some things going around on the streets. Well, one thing in particular that I want to, I had questions about today, and I figured I'd it is a terrible feeling, Mika. I figured I'd just pop on. Your allergies are terrible also, Cloud. I know I don't understand these foul allergies. I don't understand how they're worse than the freaking pollen, but okay, Kingsmina. What we talking about today, cause folk been acting all the way up. We are going to talk about pressure cooker and SpillItBoy TV, aka Mother, aka James Caldwell, right? So, like I said, I had questions, right? Because there was, y'all know, I'm into YouTube history, and all this and all that, right? So that's kind of my thing, right? Because there's always something to learn, and sometimes, stuff will go over my head, right? And so, and I wish if Pressure Cooker is listening, I would like for you to hit the link if you would, if you let me know you're in the chat. If not, I don't know if any of you guys know how to get in touch with her. Can you get in touch with her and tell her to come over here and hit the link? Because I had questions, right? As well as Spill It Boy, right? Of course, one at a time. I'm not trying to get it started. I just got questions, right? Well, I got commentary. Let me put it that way, right? Hey, Memphis T, how you doing? So anyway, here's the thing. When it comes to YouTube history, we know that I am always talking about. I'm big on, I guess fact checking. I'm big on learning the genesis of the situation. I'm big on it. That's hey Mia. That I love to know the genesis of the situation, how it all got started, especially when it comes to some beefs that go on around here, right? Because even though I have been here for a while, stuff will go over my head. I won't pay attention to it, or maybe I wasn't here when it actually happened. That's why I don't know the genesis of the situation, right? And one of the things I don't know the genesis of the situation is when Pressure Cooker was in Sean Bradley's chat, or was she actually club chat, or was she just a member of the channel? Because there's a difference when it comes to Sean Bradley's channel. You have your subscribers, and then you have club chat, right? Now, it took me a while to differentiate the two, but I get it now. You got your subscribers that are not in club chat, then you got club chat, right? And so, first question I had for Pressure Cooker was she a subscriber or was she in club chat, right? Because there seems to be some, some misgiving as to whether she was a subscriber versus club chat, right? Because there is a difference, right? And so that was the first question I had, right? So anyway, evidently, let me give you, in case you didn't hear about this. Hey, Robbie on the West, how you doing? I just saw Pressure Cooker on another live saying she was going into a session. Oh, darn, I hate that. I hate. I'm gonna miss that. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe she hears the video. She can respond in the video because, like, I the questions. But I really would like to have a conversation with her. Like, I really would. It would be really interesting. But anyway, so that's the first question I had. And I also asked that question because I found it interesting. Well, first, let me give you guys a background in case you hadn't heard it real quick, right? So evidently, from what I gather, what has happened, what prompted the video yesterday from James Caldwell was Pressure Cooker did a video, and in that video, she spoke about what was going on with Duchess Kelly Love and SpillItBoy, right? So she said that she felt like James Caldwell was not being, hey Jennifer, was not being a good friend to she felt like James Caldwell wasn't being a good friend to Justice Kelly Love, and she felt like pretty much, from my understanding, that James Caldwell was wrong for calling out Duchess Kelly Love, right? So I listened to that video, okay, and also James had a video yesterday when she hit the link. A couple of people hit the link, and all this and all that. So the reason why I have the questions is number one, well, I would like to know why she felt like he was not being a good friend. Number one, number two, I got the sense that she felt like that James Caldwell was bullying him, for some reason, and James explained on my channel. So you saying she inserted herself asking for a friend? No, I'm not saying she inserted herself. I'm saying she was doing her commentary just like everybody else, and I just got questions about her commentary in general. Do you see what I'm saying? And so yeah, and this applies to the YouTube history, which we're going to circle back around to, which I have another question when it comes to the YouTube history because I didn't know some things about Pressure Cooker, right? And so, and I can't, and it's no way possible that I can, be as knowledgeable about some people as opposed to others. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's why I got questions because I really don't know the history, between her and Club Chat or her and Sean Bradley's chat, right? So anyway, so she hits the link. James said he wanted to have a conversation with her. She finally came over there and hit the link. And in my opinion, I think she was on the defense. I think that Spill It Boy was, trying real hard, just like he really wanted some answers to the questions. I feel like she was being passive aggressive to the point to where because she was defensive, I'm not gonna say passive aggressive. Some people like to say nice nasty. I really don't. Um, I'm just gonna say, I think there are. I think she was being maybe. Oh, I don't know how to put it. I'm gonna say passive aggressive and nice nasty, in my opinion, or however you want to put it. Anyway, they tried to have that conversation. She really wouldn't answer, for whatever reason, any of his direct questions, in my opinion, which is another reason why I have questions because I didn't get any definitive answers. I felt like Spiller Boy, and I'm not being biased here. I'm just doing commentary on what I saw and how I felt about what I saw. Right. So I really didn't understand the passive aggression, and I understand, and in my opinion, that some of the passive aggression, um, or maybe even misplaced placed anger, or maybe even being straight up messy. I felt like some of that is because of the past. Do you see what I'm saying? And some people may feel like she's kind of hostile towards James, and James may even be a little hostile towards her because of past situations, right? Which is why I had questions. Now here's another question that I have. Another question that I have is I didn't know that when all of that stuff went down with Sean Bradley and CPS. That's right, underlying disdain. I agree with that. That absolutely, that's appropriate, right? That's how I feel, right? So I didn't know that. And y'all let me know if y'all can hear me because my phone is not in my hand. Okay, not now. It was at first, but not now. Try to put the phone down. It just is what it is, chat. Okay, so anyway, another question that I have for a pressure cooker, as well as James Caldwell, is I'm wondering if she doesn't realize that she's got this. I'm gonna use Calvinet's word, this underlying disdain for James Caldwell. Do you feel that you are basing your opinion on what happened between him and Kelly Love via what happened with you guys in the past? Do you see what I'm saying? Because she got on there after she had that back and forth with James on his video. She then went to her channel and she did a live, and she said she was going to drag James, and she said he was lying, and it was a whole lot going on, right? But I didn't see the lies, but I guess it's I'm feeling like she was saying he was lying because of semantics. Because, for instance, Jane said that she made several videos about him, right? So she said that that was a lie. But then she turned around and said she had a book club and she would do book reviews, and she did, several videos, or at least a couple of videos on concerning James' book, right? So if you did videos, at least a couple or several videos on James' book, then that means you did more than one video on him, like he said, right? So I feel like that's a play on semantics, right? And as far as the underlying anger go, now let's start with, because there are a couple of issues I felt like she had, right? So one of those issues was concerning um Sean Bradley's chat, right? Her being club chat as opposed to being a subscriber. I didn't get it clear. She said she wasn't club chat, but evidently she was a subscriber, right? And so, but James said that he felt like she was a part of club chat. Now, I don't remember, if you're not sticking out to me when it comes to, club chat, and only a couple of them stick out to me, then I don't know who was what, right? I'm not I don't care, basically. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't care. So some of the people in club chat that stick out to me are people like Ramsey and Leo the Lioness, and who else? That gangster granny. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right, but that lady right there, and now the Ray Ellen lady, right? And it's because they are, outspoken, and I think they all have. Well, I know that those three at least have channels as well, right? And so that sticks out to me. Okay, I'm gonna see you, right? And so, but as far as pressure cooker, I didn't even realize, and this is about the history, right? This is why I have questions. I didn't even realize that she is the one that called CPS on Sean Bradley initially, right? Now I know, I remember when CPS was called on him, all this here and all that there about but my another question that I have is, did she call CPS on Sean Bradley about the pay situation, or was it another situation? That's why I wish she could have hit the link, right? Because I don't know, right? I didn't even realize that she is the one, for whatever reason. And mind you, I was around back then, but if you don't stick out to me, you just don't stick out to me, right? So I didn't even realize that she was the one that called the CPS on Sean Bradley that caused a big blow up, right? So I didn't even get that. I didn't realize that, and so I was like, wow, how did that go over my head? It went over my head because if I'm not paying attention, I'm not paying attention. I'm not gonna lie, So that cooker pressure lady came from SB, so I don't think she's club chatting. She called 582. Oh, did she really? So anyway, I didn't realize that. And then she said that she was forced to call. I believe she said I'm not gonna say she was forced. I believe she was saying that Shelly forced her hand when it comes. Hey, Lady Tia, how you doing? Shelly forced her hand to call CPS because she was a mandated reporter. So she, for however she did it, Shelly forced her hand. She sent her a video clip, and that forced her hand to call CPS. Right now, I don't recall them saying that she is the one that called CPS. Like me, like a right. I mean, I'm getting ready to get to that, right? So, I don't recall. I don't know who I thought called CPS on Sean Bradley, and I don't even recall Karen giving a damn. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why I didn't invest too much of my time into it. I think I can't even remember who I thought called CPS on him back then. You know what I mean? That's how long ago it's been, and I don't, I don't. Y'all know me. I don't hold to it. It's in and out of my ears. I don't hold on to it. I don't dwell on it. So I don't even recall even wondering who called CPS on him because so many people done called CPS on and FBI and all of this and all that. I don't even think it mattered to me. Maybe that's why I didn't know. You know what I mean? I don't even. I know a lot of people were thinking that the VS called CPS. I remember that. But there would. I mean, okay, there was battling. You know what I mean? So all right, she was calling them Gacy. So okay, you know what I mean? But I didn't invest too much brain matter into trying to figure out who made the actual call. I just didn't care. You know what I mean? All I remember is the lady called CPS on Sean, but I thought they blamed it. Right, right. Hey, I thought I assumed, you know what I mean? I don't know. But anyway, like I said, anyway, move right along. But my thing is, if you live in Canada, like Mushumi Monstar says, and she lives in Canada. Another question that I had was if you live in Canada, how is it that you think you are a mandated reporter for the United States? That doesn't make sense. If you live in Canada and you work maybe with um CPS agency in Canada, and I don't know what they call child protective services in Canada, but you are not a mandated reporter in from one country to the next. You are a mandated reporter in your country. So I'm thinking, how did you feel like that was going to impact your job if you're in Canada? So I don't. That's another question that I had. So when you saying Shelley forced her hand because you're a mandated reporter, if you're a mandated reporter in another country, how is that forcing your hand? Or was it just simply an excuse? That's another question I had. Them said I thought she acknowledged it was her that called because she's a mandated reporter. Right. That's why I'm asking this question. But if you live in Canada, how are you mandated to report in this country? Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm confused about that, right? She said she was pressured. Yeah, by Shelley. That's what she said. She was pressured into it by Shelley. Right. Right. Because rules about children change. Right. This is a whole different country. You're not mandated to report anything from Canada. Even if you see it on social media, if the person you're reporting on is in the United States of America, you are not a mandated reporter over here. So that's another question that I had. So seeing as how you're not, and I'm sure you know this, right? As far as CPS, Shelley sent her the video. Presha has said, uh, once she saw the videos, is a mandated. If she had concerns, would be the reasoning. It does seems like Shell sent it to pressure her, but once again, I don't know how she felt pressured because she is a very smart woman. So how do you feel pressured to mandate report something that's going on in another country? That doesn't make sense to me, and that's why I did this video. I told y'all I had several. I you know, I had questions. That's another question that I have, right? So I think you still are required to report. It works that way with missionaries. No, I no, 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 no. If you are in another country, you do not have the same credentials or certifications as the people as a like it's just like saying I live in the U.S. and I feel like I'm mandated to report because of my via my job. I am not required to deal with anybody issues in another country. You see what I'm saying? That is not my problem. It's just like, say I'm a police officer and I see a crime going on the internet in France, right? So it is not my job to call the police and launch an investigation because of something that I saw going on in France, a crime being committed online in France, and I am here in the United States of America. That is none of my business. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why I had, you are not required, you are not mandated to report anything from country to country. That doesn't make any sense, because like somebody said, there are different laws, there are different requirements, there are different certifications, there's a whole list of things that are different from one country to the next. Hey Natasha Malam, how you doing? But anyway, that's a question I had. It says, Miss O, I'm mandated reporter in my training. I have to report wherever I'm at, but to my local authorities. But right, they have to contact the proper authorities in another county or state, but not another country. Do you see what I'm saying, Mia? So yeah, I worked in that sort of situation myself. I also was a foster parent at one point in time years ago. At one point in time, I was a mandated reporter. You see what I'm saying? So, but you are not mandated to from state to state. Okay, but not country to country. That don't make that. No, I've never been instructed to have to worry about the affairs of another country. You know, that's the same as my aunt. She's a nurse. If she's on vacation in another country and someone needs CPR, she can still. I'm sure she can still help because she's there. And why wouldn't she? But she's not. She don't have to do it if she don't want to. You know. So yeah, this is how they are busted up. These child six rings of countries are working together. Yeah, and I realize that, but you are not mandated. You are not going to lose your job if you see something on social media and you live in another country like Canada and you don't say anything about what you saw on the screen here in the States. That's not logical, and it's not true, you know. And so that's just not what's going on here. All right. And so anyway, country to country, if they are in certain countries where the US have agreements. Yeah, you're reaching, Bowen. She's not a mandate, she's not mandate to report in this country. Anything concerning this country is not her concern. Period. Now if she wants to be a concerned I can't even say citizen because she's not a citizen of the United States of America. I'm assuming, right? So if you're not even a citizen of the United States of America, things that go on in this country are not your concern. Period. So yeah, as far as her job requirements, I'm talking about her job requirements. I don't see how you can feel like you're somebody can force your hand to mandate something, report something that's in another country, right? So that's just how but hey, okay, it's unfortunate that she was put in that position. Again, she was outnumbered yesterday. It was hard to hear her size. Yes, it was direct questions, but I thought it was about JC and DKL, not CPS. But I mean, I understand it too. But she wasn't even fully she wasn't even fully answering that question. Hence, my comment earlier that there may be some underlying issues, right? Obviously, it didn't go nowhere, so if she should have minded her business. It was to spite Shelley's foe. Well, this is why we're going into this issue of underlying issues. I think Pressure was in the U.S. at the time. She reported that. I don't know if she was or not. Don't know if she was or not. I mean, what did she step across the border and as a concerned watcher, she wanted to report? I don't know what the specifics are. That's why I wish she could have, hit the link because I would like to. That's another question that I have. Do you see what I'm saying? So anyway, she was an American when it happened. Shaking my head. Please know what you're uh speaking on, and yes, it makes sense. You're not going to speak against that. No, I'm asking questions. This is not about whether I'm speaking against James. I'm not speaking against her. I'm just simply asking questions. And nobody tells me who to speak on. And I ain't scared of no goddamn body. And James knows that as far as everybody else, in this sector, right? And so I didn't even know that she had once been an American. See, there's another question. I didn't know. I didn't know that she had once been an American. And if she would hit the link, I would ask her, have you, were you, I mean, so did you get your certifications over here in the Americas? Did you go to school for social work here in the Americas? Were you here in the Americas when you made, when you called in and made this report? Those are questions that I could have asked her, but I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm asking questions, right? So it makes sense for me to want to ask these questions because I am a free thinker, and I have questions, right? Did she have toe on U.S. soil? Right. I don't know. Right. I thought she was Haitian also. I could be. I don't know. I don't know. If she was over here, I would gladly ask her the questions. I don't know. Like I said, I got questions, right? Had to turn to CPS and Sean Bradley when it was about his relationship with DKL. I think because of the history. I was talking about YouTube history. See, if you haven't listened to the video, you have to go back and listen to the video because I said that in the opening statement. Y'all please hit the like button, okay? Presha Cooka was a social worker and she did go to school in the U.S. Okay. Her family is from the area I grew up in. She just moved to Canada recently. Okay. Did not know that. Like I said, I don't know. I got questions. I don't know. I would like to ask her these questions. And maybe she could do a video answering the questions directly from her mouth because I don't know her history. Like I said, I didn't even know that she was ever even a subscriber of Sean Bradley's. I didn't know that she is the one that made the CPS report. But I do sense some underlying issues, but I do not know her history. It's impossible for me to focus on everybody. I don't watch her. No disrespect. Don't have nothing against her. I just don't know anything about her. Hence the questions. You know what I mean? And so yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just asking questions. It's all messy. On YouTube in another state, pretending what's going on in people's house from the little time they're online. I agree with that. I agree with that. I hope Pressure Cooker will come on your channel. Me too. I know you because we've never had a problem with one another, and we don't have a problem now. I'm not taking anybody's side. I just have questions. Especially as it pertains, like I said, to the YouTube history. I just got questions. Not taking anybody's side. I just got questions on what I heard. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I feel about it. If their business is put on YouTube, um, how can viewers mind their own? That's true. Because once you put it on YouTube, see that's the once you put it on YouTube, it's pretty much a free for all. That's why I don't understand why people have to do extra. It's enough info that's put out on YouTube without somebody having to dock somebody or anything. People put out so much of their information willingly that there's no need to. I mean, you have to be real pretty invested to want to go beyond what you see on the screen. You know what I mean? And so I feel like she's pretty level headed. Absolutely. That's why I said I wish that she could come over and hit the link. But somebody said earlier that she had a session or something like that. And so yeah, but I wish I could had I known that I would have really tried to come on a lot earlier, so that we could have the conversation. Yeah, but I don't have no problem with her. I don't have no problem with James. I don't. Everybody know that I don't windmill for nobody. So it just is what it is. So what were your thoughts on the cleanup of deflection yesterday? I didn't see a deflection. I saw past history. And that's what we're talking about. Once again, you guys have to roll back the video so that you can hear what I said at the top of the video. And so, yeah, Robbie on the Rails is the one that said that, right? I don't think she ever spoke on James. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even talking about that part of it, honestly, because that's really none of my business. But I did catch, evidently they have some past issues kind to me. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, so my thing is, once again, let me get back to where I was. Yeah, I had those questions about her, feeling that she was a mandated reporter from another country. Some of you guys said she was in the US when that happened. Whatever, whatever, whatever. It is what it is. Like I said, I got questions, right? That's what we want to speak. That's what we like about her. Uh, uh, so yeah, anyway, I don't know. I didn't even know that she had another channel. See, that's another good question. I wonder why she deleted her other channel. I didn't even know she had another channel. I didn't even know that. She kept saying my channel's deleted. Then I'm thinking, well, she deleted her channel, so she's not doing videos anymore. Well, she still got a channel and she's doing videos. I was kind of confused because I didn't know she had another channel. Like I said, if you unless you stick out to me, then I'm not gonna, even pay attention. So I didn't even know. I thought they was talking about the channel that she's on now. Didn't even know she had another channel. That's another question I could ask. Good question. You see, I watched her last live, her last night. She answers everything you ask. Yeah, but I scrolled. I saw a video that she did after she was over there at James. She said James clicked her off. I want to ask James, did he click her off or did she leave? She said James clicked her off. All this and all that. I watched that part. I watched her say she said James was lying, but then she turned around and said that she did, videos about his book. So which means that he wasn't lying when he said that she did several videos about him. Because she admitted that she did more than one video concerning his book, right? And also, she wanted to fresh start. Nothing. Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, you got a right to delete your channel if you want to. I'm just saying I didn't know she had another channel. I never paid attention. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting to me today is because clearly, I've seen her around. I just didn't know that she had so much history with people here in the beef sector. Like I had no idea. I was like, wow, okay. And so yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Presha was going to leave YT. But she decided to make another channel to restart over. Hold on. Let me go back to restart over and do new commentary. Presha is such an intelligent and passionate person. She's definitely one of my favorite. Cool, cool. I would love for her to come over and have a conversation with me because it seems like we have similar training. So I would love to have that conversation with her. Absolutely. No, didn't like. He tried to click her off, but flashed himself. Disingenuous Soul says, this is when I know that you are not a logical person you claim to be. There is no way that Pressure Cooker and SB has anything to do with how Duchess was treated by James, no matter how you try to twist. That is not, I'm thinking you're not paying attention. I'm thinking you didn't listen to the beginning of the video. Okay? That's what I'm thinking happened. So I'm gonna let you have that, but I'm thinking you didn't hear the beginning of the video. Do you see what I'm saying? And so herein lies the problem. So anyway, but when you get time, go back and listen to the video, and you will understand why that is an incorrect assessment of what it is that I'm doing over here right now. James is being a petty Betty, but he's good peace, nothing else. Well, both of them were being petty. James said he holds grudges, and evidently Pressure Cooker holds grudges as well. Okay, and it's cool if that's what you want to do. All right, but there's no, need of lying to yourself about the fact that you have unresolved issues. Okay, and personal biases, and sometimes you may not even realize it. Even if you're a therapist, you may not realize what the genesis of the situation is what I was trying to get to. I'm trying to get to the genesis of the situation. And I have more questions, but I'm trying to keep up with the conversation, okay? She asked for receipts, and James said something about videos, and she was like, she deleted that channel. Yeah, I didn't know that she had another channel. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but hey, it is what it is. I didn't know. Right? So, yeah. I don't know. I don't get that from her. I do, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Now, this is just my commentary. Did James Brown get two birds with one stone on that live? What was the two birds? Healthy dialogue, sis. We're free thinkers and have many points of views. I love absolutely comment that. I had questions. I wish you could hit the link. I wish you would pop in the chat so that we could have I could be nosy, pretty basically, because I don't have anything to do with this. I've just got questions and this is my commentary. So Mustang Sally says, "What grudge do pressure cooker hold?" Well, I'm getting ready to tell you. Indigo says, "Yes, Miss Olivia, both of you will have a great live. Both of you women are super, thank you, super intelligent, super passionate, and we can state our opinions with absolutely. Like I said, I don't have no dog in this fight. I didn't even know the history. That's why I got so many questions because I'm like, wow, how did this fly under my radar? Like I had no idea. You know what I mean? Like I said, I heard her around, but I didn't know her history. With the Sean Bradley channel, I didn't know that she had another channel before she had, deleted another channel. She's got a channel now. I didn't know that she had underlying issues, in my opinion. With James Caldwell, none of this I knew, right? And so yeah, and then let me tell you something else I find interesting before I get to the what I feel is the underlying issue, right? Um, Trey said Pressure Cooker was upset that James brought up her dealings with Club Chat SB and Shelly. Well, I can see how that makes sense. Do you see what I'm saying? I get that. Um, and so yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, Cloud said and expect to stay. Goodbye. Well, Cloud just kicked somebody out. Who you just kick out, Cloud? I don't even care. But if Cloud say you can't stay, then you can't stay. You know what I mean? He on one today, and y'all know when he here, he will snipe the hell out of you. So it just is what it is. Uh, that's it. That's all. I don't question my moderator. I've seen her go after people who never mentioned her. Just because they her buddies. So it's not. So that's not squeaky clean. Hey, Unfiltered Muffy. Trey, but why bring up her dealings with Club? I mean, this is YouTube. This is the beef sector. Okay, so the past is gonna come up. That's why I say I like YouTube history. That's what caught my eye. In the first place was the history. So of course this was gonna come up. Why would it not? This YouTube, you know. Oh, I'm glad you said it because that's my segue, J Truth. That's my segue. That goes into another line of questioning. I'm not so much concerned about what she feels about how James the issue with James and DKL. I'm more interested in the history. Like I that little petty whatever they had going on, they cleared that up and they are good now. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's but my questions are more concerning the history. That's the T right there. In my mind, for me, that's the T, right? And so that's what I'm more focused on. And I believe I mentioned that at the top of the video. I'm really into the history of a thing, the genesis of the situation. So let's go back to some more of what the genesis of the situation is. J Truth, she kind of um Pookie from LSA says Pressure was literally, I guess, giving unbiased commentary that wasn't disrespectful. How it became about Club Chat last night is crazy, but it became about Club Chat because of the history, hence the video. But Pressure Cooker is her name for a reason. Well, you just answered your own question, Pookie. It became about other stuff because they have history together. My issue is I didn't know, I didn't realize, there was an underlying issue until I start listening to them talk about the past, right? And this is the B sector. This is YouTube. It don't matter if something happened 20 years ago, honey, it's gonna come back up. All right. And so, yeah, I'm just saying. So, let me read this because it's very interesting. Citizen came to you says James appeared to have an axe to grind with her. She was supposed to be talking about her saying that James wasn't a friend of DKL, yet he brought up yet he well what he did was brought up the history. He brought up the history. That's why it's interesting. You know. Oh, okay, Lady Tia. Pressure was never Pressure was never club chat though, but she got back cool with SB. Right. I heard her say that she was. I heard James say that she was club chat, and she said that she used to be. I guess she was just a subscriber. You know what I mean? And so yeah, and I also found it interesting. Um, when James was talking about how other people were saying, they were saying VS. I guess and some couple of other people were the people. They were allowed. She was allowing other people to take the blame for the CPS call when the whole time it was her. I found that interesting as well. Yeah, I'm a good listener. Do you see what I'm saying? And so I had a question about that. If you knew, based on the fact that she James feels like she called his character into question, right? So if you're calling somebody's character into question, a question when it comes to your character is if you knew that you are the one that caused CPS, why were you allowing other people to be blamed for something that you yourself did? What does that say about your character? You see? So yeah, what good is bringing up the history when she was never club chat or a friend to SB? She was evidently she was in his channel, on his channel at some point in time. Rocking over there on his channel at some point in time. That's what good is bringing up. That's why you bring up the history. Y'all didn't think that was a pure deflection or what? It's relevant because of the history. That's the reason why I said that. Mike Jones says, "Oh, you just want to talk about Sean Point." Well, this is not even about Sean. It's about pressure cooker. If you're paying attention, you must have clicked on late. But if you go back to the beginning of the video, you will understand what I'm saying. I'm more interested in the history, but this really isn't about him. It's just that situation stuck out to me because I didn't know. And like I said, once again, for you guys that are just coming in, and I hope you guys hit the like button, I'm very interested in the history. We know that I like to know, try to figure out anyway the genesis of a situation. So yeah, it's really not about him. Like it really is not. I'm sorry if that's one of your faves, but this ain't about him. He just mentioned because the situation was brought up. Right? So anyway, move right along. She was never his friend though. Okay. He brought up friendships. They were never friends. So that part. Okay. Move right along. So another question that I had was, yeah, now I heard that I guess that's why Shelly felt comfortable sending her the clip because they were cool at one point in time. See, I don't really know about that friendship either. You know, nobody on YouTube is my friend. Something to say because I don't know none of y'all. I don't know why people use the word. Just on the side note, let me say this: people use the word very freely. The word friend very freely when it comes to YouTube. Nobody is my friend on YouTube. I don't have no YouTube ships. I don't call nobody on the phone. I don't email nobody. I don't know y'all like that. Nobody is my friend on YouTube. Okay, I have a lot of people that like my commentary, my subscribers, that like my commentary, and that's awesome. Clearly, nobody is nobody is everybody's thing on YouTube. But as far as that word friend, I don't use that term loosely online or offline. Like you really have to, I really have to have known you for years, in order to call you friend. And when it comes to social media, I don't know nobody on here. Nobody is my friend on YouTube. Okay, this is simply commentary. So anyway, move right along. So you can't have an opinion unless your past is nope, that's not what I'm saying. Sounds like the whole beef sector needs to be well, if the whole beef sector remains silent, then we wouldn't have a sector anymore. Right? Nobody's shoot, my past I've been called into question What does it matter? What does it matter? At the end of the day, who gives a damn? It's just commentary. Who cares? You're going to swing for your faves and the people that you don't like when something comes up like this, because a lot of people were questioning, a lot of people, for whatever reason, let me say this first. For whatever reason, I didn't even know that did somebody else call James Caldwell a scary man, or is he calling himself a scary man? So some people feel like they can't question him or whatever. I don't know why. I don't know if he put himself on his pedestal or if they put him on that pedestal. See, I talked about my situation forever this past weekend, and the issue that I have is how can you have a problem with somebody that you put on a pedestal? See, that is your problem that you put somebody on a pedestal. So if you put James or me on a pedestal and then you get upset about somebody, why you thought this person should be on a pedestal, that is a you problem. That is not a me problem. You see what I'm saying? So if you think that he is above reproach, like he can't be questioned, that is you putting him on a pedestal. Same thing with me. They were saying I was holier than thou and all this and all that. You put me on that pedestal, not me. That is not a me problem. That is a you problem. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's just how I feel about it. Don't put me on no pedestal and ask to go on. Now I don't know if James feels that way, but that's how I feel. Okay, no one around here is pedestal worthy. I agree with that, but a lot of people would disagree because a lot of people, put people on pedestals. That's just point blank. Period. You know, you put somebody on this pedestal, and then you get disappointed because they are not maintaining why you felt like they should be on this pedestal in your mind. But now you're mad at yourself because you are the one that assumed that they need to be on a pedestal. Do you see what I'm saying? That don't make sense. That is a you problem. That is not a me problem. And so, yeah, that's just how I feel about it. One ass ain't no better than the other one, in my opinion. So don't put me on a pedestal because your feelings gonna be hurt. I didn't ask to be on one, but people will put you on there whether you want to be on one or not. Anyway, that's our subject. Kind to me says, I agree that I agree. I agree that I see a lot of going along to get along. I can't either. I enjoy good commentary, and roasts and gags, but I do have my own opinion. Absolutely, absolutely, and I respect people that have their own opinion because I darn sure got my own opinion. It is what it is. My name is Philadelphia. Showing pressure cooker wasn't a best friend either. Checking someone's behavior does not mean that you had them on a pedestal. No, I think you missed the point of the whole pedestal analogy. The point of the whole pedestal analogy was the fact that some people feel like he feels that he can't be questioned, or either they feel like they can't question him. Hey, Ronnie Q, and that is putting somebody on a pedestal, right? That is giving them more power in your brain than they even know that they have. Hence, that's a you problem, and that's not the person that you put on a pedestal's problem. I can't explain it beyond that, But Sean and Pressure Cooker said they were never friends. Okay, okay, you did miss the point, but I just explained it. I just explained it. But anyway, move right along. Um, so here we go. So I don't know if it was necessarily a deflection as opposed to an underlying issue. So I'm glad you said that. Right. But some people, if you feel like it was a deflection, you got a right to think that if you want. No one here is no one, nobody alive. Nobody has ever walked this earth that's above reproach. Do you see what I'm saying? Heart Sean Bradley says Olivia and I don't see it for each other. However, I'm listening, so I will say this. Pressure and I have never been friends. Shelly forced Pressure to call CPS on me, or else Shelly would have reported her. Wow. My question to you, Sean, since you in here, because of the history, and he will know because he is the one got reported on. Do you know if Pressure Cooker was in Canada when she called CPS on you, or was she here in the Americas? I can't ask her the question because I haven't seen her in the chat. Do you know if she was in Canada or in the US when Shelly forced her to call CPS? That I really would like to know that question because it makes a big difference when it comes to that. I really would like to know if you know whether she was in Canada or in the US or not. Oh, she said she was in Canada, Khaleesi. So that means that she was in Canada, then she called CPS because she wanted to, not because she was a mandated reporter. And if she let Shelly convince her that she was mandated to call on CPS on Sean Bradley in the United States, I don't understand that because she would know that if she was on Canadian soil, that is another country. You are not mandated to call CPS on somebody in another country. See, that's a question that I have. I don't understand that. I don't understand how Shelly can threaten to report her and she's in another country. She's not a mandated reporter in Canada and the US at the same damn time. That was a question. That was one of the questions at the top of the video, right? So I don't. That was a question. I don't see how she was bullied to call if she's in another country. That don't make sense to me. That's why I asked the question. She was in America. She was in America at the time. That's not true. But see now, some people said she was over in Canada. Some people said she was on American soil. So I don't know. I would like to ask her that. I would like to know. Even if she was on American soil and she had her certifications and stuff in Canada, she still was not a mandated reporter here in the United States of America. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, it don't make sense to me. But I would have to ask her that. So, hold up, I say something. So her conversation says Presha only exposed what Shelly forced her to do. After Tell fell out with each other, after they fell out with each other, she wanted to ruin the progress that Shelly and I had made. It was vindictive on Presha's part. And also I thought it was very interesting because she was letting other people be thrown under the bus for calling CPS when she is the one that actually called. The one that actually called. So if you're putting somebody's character into question and you're gonna do something sneaky like that, and you're going through these YouTube streets and you let somebody else take the blame for something that you did, what does that say about your character? That was another question that I had. I never blame VS. Stop lying on me. I made videos even saying I can't blame VS. Y'all see how folks lie. Yeah, no, I never said you blamed VS. I said that's what, and I don't know if you're talking to me or not, but I never said that. You know what I mean? I said that's what people was going around saying. It was still fake for Presha to be hanging out. And well, I mean, if she was over there, like I said, if that's true, and other people were being blamed, and you over there not saying nothing, so like, what is that saying about your character? Do you see what I'm saying? And so, okay, he talking to Ronnie Q. Okay, so anyway, move right along. So another reason why I said, y'all please hit the like button. Another reason why I said, and like I said, guys, the reason why I brought that up is because the history was brought up yesterday, and I had no idea that all of that was going on when it came to the specifics about who actually called CPS. That went right over my head. Okay? That went right over my head. So anyway, the next thing, that the next question that I had for Pressure Cooker was, you also brought up the fact that when you was, now I do remember you vaguely because I was not dedicated to that issue either. Hey SpillItBoy, I got questions today. I got questions. Now if you want to hit the link, you can. Let me know and I'll drop the link. So am I to understand that my character can be questioned but then I can't return it. That's what some people think. People taking the sides. You know what I'm saying? It's really not uh about it's if character is being to brought into question. There's questions about Pressure Cooker's character as well, because she thought, I heard you say that you felt like she was bringing your character in question, and so that's why I understand the conversation came up with the CPS call, and her still sitting in and her still sitting over there in Sean Bradley's chat, when she knows she is the one that called CPS, and she sat there and let other people be thrown under the bus. That is a question that I have. Do you see what I'm saying? And so anyway, the next thing when it comes to underlying issues, if you heard the beginning of the video, I think that what's going on with Pressure Cooker is she may have some unresolved issues, some underlying issues. One of those issues could in fact be the fact that at one point in time, she was hanging in. I don't know if she was hanging in Sean Bradley's chat and maybe you can answer this, SpillItBoy. Was she still on Sean Bradley's channel, in support of Sean Bradley when Sean Bradley and James Caldwell fell out? Was she still in good with the channel at that point in time? That's another question that I have. And the reason why I have that question is fast as also, well, that's one question. The next question that I've been trying to get to forever is when it comes to Heidi and her, I think, and Deanna being over there when they did their little panel, right? So they did their little panel, and it's all this and all that going on. I remember, yeah, Presha was never club chat or cool with me. Didn't know her at all. Now that is what she said. She said she was never club chat, and y'all were never friends. She did say that. Absolutely, she said that. But she was a subscriber and in your chats, from what I understand. So anyway, now if that's fake, okay, but that's what I understand. Because the question was, how can she sit over there and let everybody be thrown under the bus, let people be thrown under the bus about the CPS call, knowing she did it the whole time? Okay. You want to see what I write? Okay, so anyway, move right along. Herein lies the underlying issues for me. If I was paying attention, right, I have to move it away from that because I have another question, right? So the other question, when it comes to the underlying issues, she kept bringing up the word bed wench, right? So I didn't know. Now we know that when she was over there with Heidi, Indiana, or whatever, plenty of people, to subscribe to all of us. We don't know. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't even know that she had this much history going around in these YouTube streets. Like, I had no idea. Like, I done seen her around, but I had no idea. I can't watch everybody. So yeah, that's why I got questions. So I agree with that. I absolutely agree. I don't know everybody's history that be in my chat. You know what I mean? Like, you have to stick out for me to notice you. And no shade, but she's not one of those people that has ever stuck out to me. So that's why I got questions. And the only reason why I got questions about it today is because all of this stuff that's been going on between her and SpillItBoy. That's the only reason. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have any questions about Pressure Cooker. Because I've never focused on her. That's no shade. It's just the truth. I can't do that. I can't focus on a whole lot of people at one time. I watch who I watch. It just is what it is. She is the first person I got into it from the area, really arguing that you are a bad friend to Sean. Oh, is that what she said? Well, see that now. That's a whole nother question. She gave her opinion like everybody else. Yes, she did. He threw a fit because it was not in his favor. He does that every time. I disagree. But anyway, I think that the reason why I'm gonna tell you why I feel like one of the underlying issues is, now I don't know. I would like to ask her a lot of questions about when she was, you know, pretty much agreeing with Sean Bradley, right? But she was in his chat. Evidently, at one point in time, Sean Bradley must have been one of her faves, right? Until, for whatever reason, she wasn't, right? So, like I said, the first question that I had was when Sean and James fell out, was she still in agreement with Sean Bradley? And is that, could that be an underlying issue as to why she don't like James, right? And also when it comes to the Heidi, when they did the panel together, she started mentioning James Caldwell called Heidi a bed wench, right? So here's another underlying issue. And at the beginning of the video, I said that she may have some unresolved issues, right? And she may not even realize it, right? And so this is why I have questions, right? And so moving from Sean Bradley, let's move to Heidi, right? So she's over there. She cool with Heidi. They doing a little panel and all of this and all that, right? So we know, I didn't know she existed before I fell out with Sean. Oh, okay. Okay, Spill It. Thanks for telling me that. That's another question. I don't think SB and Spill It are the same. They have the friendships there. Yeah, I don't think they're the same. Everybody's their own individual person. But let's talk about Heidi. So she mentioned several times that and I heard this. I know this to be true myself. Her being in SB chair had nothing to do with the matter. That was deflection. I disagree. I disagree, and because we're talking about history and unresolved issues. That this is why it matters to me. Okay, this is my commentary. That Heidi mess was all after. It was all, yes, it was all after that, right? So anyway, I'm not saying it negates the validity of her point. What I'm saying is, does she have underlying issues when it comes to SpillItBoy TV? And because she has these underlying issues, is that why she's forming the opinions that she's forming? Because sometimes when you have unresolved issues, not only do they cause you to be biased, they can cause you to be passive aggressive. If you haven't express those underlying issues, it can cause you to, you know, a sprout of hate to spring in your heart, cause of something that some kind of way you feel that this person wronged you in some kind of way. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, from what I gather, in my opinion, listening to her, she has unresolved issues when it comes to James Caldwell. I told you about the one resolved, the question that I had about, you know, her and James and Sean. So moving from there and the CPS and all this and all that, and her, you know, being called out, people find out that eventually she called CPS. But beyond that, we're moving on to Heidi, right? So evidently she was cool with Heidi at one point in time. I don't know if they're still cool or not. Like I said, I don't pay that much attention, right? So, but what she did was she kept bringing up the word bed wench. She did not appreciate SpillItBoy calling Heidi a bed wench. She kept talking about that. So is that another unresolved issue? That is a yet another question that I have. Are you basing your opinion, your opinions? Thank you, comment that underlying disdain. That was the word, the term that Calminet gave me, and I like that term. Does she have is another reason why she has underlying disdain for SpillItBoy because of that word bedwench. And the reason why I said that is because she kept bringing up the fact that SpillItBoy, like I said, called Heidi when they were arguing. We all remember the battles. We all remember the battle that that Heidi had with James Caldwell for whatever reason. I don't know the genesis of that either, right? So Heidi and James was into it for a long time. In case you guys don't know, James, if you could tell me the genesis of that, I would really like to know. But at one point in time, SpillItBoy called her a bed wench. She also would call him stuff like Kool-Aid Man, and a whole lot of other stuff, right? So we know that Heidi, okay, thank you, Spill It. We know that Heidi is married to a white man, hence the word bed wench, right? But what I didn't know was the fact that Pressure Cooker is also married to a white man. So her being married to a white man as well, her not appreciating James, calling Heidi, a bed wench, was she offended as well? Is that another source of contention when it comes to pressure cooker and James? You see what I mean by underlying disdain or underlying issues? They keep manifesting. So is that a husband is white? Yeah, she said her husband was white. She mentioned that. I would not have ever known that if it didn't come out of her mouth. I dropped the links, spill it. I would not have never known that if it didn't come out of her mouth. And I was like, oh, okay. The reason why she was so upset or felt away about James kind of hiding a bed wench is because she's married to a white man as well. That's another underlying issue. So if that's another underlying issue, instead of you nitpicking and all of this and all that, why don't you just say that? I didn't appreciate you calling her a bad witch because I'm married to a white man too. Like, what you mean? You see what I'm saying? Oh, is that really Heidi? Oh my God. I haven't heard from her in forever. Hold on, y'all. Let me put up his banner in case it ain't Heidi. I'm like, what? Hold on, y'all. Oh my God. Heidi?
Hey, Miss O.
Oh my God. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Where you been? It's so good to hear from you.
It's good to see you too. I just happened to catch you live. I'm so glad I caught you live today.
Me too.
Miss O, I just wanted to clear this up.
Okay.
Me, Pressure Cooker and I are two different African American women.
Absolutely.
She's nothing like me. We are two different African American women in interracial relationships as well.
Absolutely.
We are very different. Pressure Cooker was deflecting when she brought me up.
Okay.
I haven't talked to this girl. I don't fuck with her. I ain't fuck with it in a minute. Okay. When she was on the Ladies' Point of View, she quit on me. She quit. So I said, okay, fine. Well, I'm just going to end the show and let everybody go do their own thing. She gets mad and says, you didn't even fight for me. Bitch, this is not corporate America. You quit on me in YouTube. And I said, well, fuck it. Bye, girl. Have a good life. I was very nice to her after she quit the Ladies' Point of View. And then the girl got mad and said that I didn't fight for her. I act like she didn't matter. Then she got even madder because, you know, me and Sean Bradley got cool. I went to the stupid ass fake show. So she was like, Heidi, how could you? How could you go on that show? This girl completely used me to deflect when what's really going on is she's a crooked ass, sneaky ass, slimy ass bitch. And that fucking bitch, I would never have my man, myself, or anyone else get involved with the beef sector to the point where I'm calling CPS on people's children. Now, one thing about the beef sector, they know about Heidi. Heidi don't dox. Heidi ain't calling CPS. Heidi don't do none of that shit.
Right.
And this bitch straight up used me because James Caldwell flipped on her motherfucking ass. So I just thought I'd come up here and tell you that little bit.
Girl, I had no idea.
Okay, queen.
You know what I mean about YouTube history, Heidi? That's why I was asking the question, because I was like, I had no idea, because I had never paid attention to her. So I didn't know that she had all this YouTube history going on. And
I didn't know either,
because I didn't realize.
Miss O, when that girl was sitting there letting people take the blame for the CPS call, I was shocked when it came out. Everybody was like, oh my God. Pressure Cooker is the beef sector therapist. Okay. She was behind the scenes with Shelly back when Rita's daughter and Rita got into it. And they wanted to get Rita's daughter a therapist. Pressure Cooker was the therapist.
No.
Yes.
Girl.
Yes, queen.
I had no idea.
That girl is very deceitful. She's nothing like me. I don't even think she grew up in a black household. I really don't know. I think she's island. She's from the islands or something. But we are very different people. The bitch used me to deflect. James Caldwell called me a bad wench. A lot of people call me a bad wench. And everybody know Heidi can fight. So I never had a problem calling that motherfucker what I needed to call him at that time. But me and James Caldwell is fine now. And, you know, we cordial. Like you said, it ain't no friends on YouTube. But me and James is cordial. And for her to try to dig that up as if we're cool, like as if she's taking up for me. No, bitch, stick to the topic at hand.
I
Why the
agree.
fuck are you a sneaky, conniving bitch? And like you said, are you using your license on American soil and Canada soil? Like, how
Exactly.
does this work?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And the
Yeah,
only thing
that's the
that
question
protects
that I
her
was.
motherfucking ass from being doxxed and losing that job is
Mm,
because she's not on American soil. Because you know these people would have been had her hemmed up.
right. Absolutely.
She's
That was,
very messy, Miss O. And I was shocked because I thought she was a professional. She's
mm.
very messy.
Yes, that's why I want to have the conversation with her. You see what I'm saying? Because I had all of those questions that you just answered for me. Those are the questions that I had. I had no idea about the Shelly stuff and her being with the Shelly and the Rita's daughter situation. Like I had no freaking idea. Like I said, I never paid attention to her. So how am I gonna know? But girl, thank you for coming up here and shedding some light. See, there's always
So,
layers to the history. Hold on a minute.
okay.
Hold on a minute, Heidi. Please
Okay,
don't
Miss
go nowhere.
O.
Hold on. Please don't go nowhere. Is this you, Spiller Boy?
Yeah, it's me, babe.
Okay, but like I said, Heidi, I had no idea, and thanks for coming up and shedding light. And I did feel like she was trying to use the fact that both of you guys are married to white men. I felt like there's some kind of underlying issue with her when it came to the word bedroom, but I also feel like she used it as an excuse to come at Spiller Boy for a whole bunch of stuff. That's why I'm talking about the underlying disdain. It's not so much about James or whoever trying to come up with it. It's the fact that it hit her hard because she is married to a white man also. But like you said, you guys are having different experiences. So thanks for coming up here and shedding some light on it. And all the other stuff, I didn't even know nothing about all that other stuff. That's why I say that YouTube history is important. There's a reason for everything. You can't just say that James is picking on her because she had an opinion about what's going on with him and DKL when there's underlying issues. That's what I was talking about because I didn't know about some of this stuff, and so that's why I got questions. Thank you, Lottie. I appreciate that.
Facts,
Yeah.
Queen. Hey, Silly Boy.
What's up, Snowfly? Child.
You see how that bitch tried to use us?
Absolutely. I mean, this, and the thing is, let me say this. She tried to piggyback with the thing with Heidi. That came literally weeks and weeks, maybe months later after the initial situation with me and Pressure Cooker. Pressure Cooker is the first person that I actually got into it from that side. So now we're not going to go. Maybe you weren't Club Chat. Maybe you weren't this. Maybe you weren't this. You were over there. Your ass was over there. The things that you were saying that were incorrect were lies that were told about me and my children from Sean. See, the pressure cooker thing happened before the D. Ramsey thing. Before D. Ramsey spilled out that mess that she was saying was in the book that wasn't even in the book and all that mess, and pressure cooker was saying all this different stuff, that all came, you couldn't get it unless you was over there with them.
Oh wow. And
you couldn't get it unless you was over there with them. She talking about the stuff about his kids in the book. Ain't a damn thing about my kids in that book.
And plus, my thing was when she said that she didn't make several videos about you. Then she
was lying. She was lying.
She popped herself when she said that when she had her other channel, she did several book reviews on your book. She didn't say one. She said that she did several videos.
And I did. Wait a minute, Olivia. I did not lie and say they were friends. You can tell me whatever you want. To me, they were friends. Anybody that come and take on what she took on, the way she took it on, and you got a whole thing going about this person, that's a friend. Now you call it whatever you want to call it.
Well, I mean, it seemed like she was windmilling.
Damn, she was windmilling her ass. She was the original flying monkey.
And every time you clocked her, Spill It, every time you was getting into
she tried to throw Sean and his kids at me too.
Every time. I'm like, no, bitch. Yeah, you did talk about his kids. Yeah, and the reason
those were not book reviews because nothing about my kids is in the book, you dumbass. So how is it a book review? Nothing about my damn kids is in that book. The stuff that went on with me and my kids happened in 2015. The book was written in 2013. Come on now.
Okay. Fact. And this is the reason she erased her old channel, is because all the receipts are over there. She tried to make it seem like, oh, I got rid of that channel because I didn't want nobody to say that they were responsible for building me. But Presha Cooka, I seen your old channel and I went back through it. This girl used to get 20,000, 30,000 views before we ever knew her. And I don't think she was monetized or anything. She used to talk about regular shit. Okay. And then she went away. And when she came back, she was trying to rebuild her channel. So she ended up on the beef sector. So all that shit is a lie and a deflection because she's popped.
And then here's the other thing. Let me say this, and this to everybody. There was a bunch of people in the room yesterday. I wonder sometimes how this happens, and I don't know why it shocks me when it does happen. How we sit up here and you can walk right out of a live, and it's like you were somewhere completely different. Because at what part were y'all waiting on me? Y'all kept saying y'all was waiting on me to rebuttal her for what her video said. How many times in that video yesterday in them 2 hours did I say, I'm not here to rebut what she said? I'm not even disagreeing with what she said. How can I disagree with you telling me you think I'm a bad friend to Duchess Kelly Love? I left from over here. Last thing I said before I left over here with Olivia was, we are now in the court of public opinion. Some people are going to agree. Some people are not going to agree. And it's okay. How many times did I say that? And y'all still are down here talking about, we're waiting on you to rebut. Why? Because I didn't bring her there to rebuttal. I brought her there to ask what her problem was. And it really was more about, and everybody said, oh, her video wasn't, there's disdain all in that video.
Right.
She wasn't looking for a rebuttal either, because she clearly stated, I don't care what you think. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you get in your film. First of all, what is all that?
What is underlying issue?
Yeah, right. We don't make videos like that when you're just delivering commentary. When do you start telling the people you don't care about what they're going to say and all that old bullshit, and you think that people can't talk to you at all? Where does all that fit into unbiased commentary? Y'all need to stop.
It's not unbiased commentary because of the underlying issues. Okay, Heidi just came up here and explained a lot of stuff from the past that I didn't know. You just came up here and explained the past, and when I listened to the videos, in accordance with her saying, if you don't like what I'm going to say, y'all can log off now. Therein lies the underlying issues, the underlying disdain that she has for you via the history. That's why the history is important. A lot of new people don't know the history. I didn't even, and I'm not new, and I didn't even realize what the history was, not only between her and Heidi, between you, SpillItBoy. I didn't know the underlying issue when it comes to Sean Bradley and the CPS call. And when you listen to people, one thing that I learned on YouTube in general is, before you pick a side, you probably need to do the research and find out what's really going on. She's not just saying this being unbiased. There is an underlying issue going on here. And that's the reason why I said I got questions, because I didn't know all of this stuff that Heidi came out and said. I had never heard the stuff that you said yesterday when you talked about her being the one calling the CPS, and other people thinking it was everybody, a lot of people besides her, and by the fact that she was sitting in the chat the whole time when these other people was being blamed for something that she done. So if you're calling somebody's character into question, you kind of got to tell the whole story. And so when you say this man is lying on you, but then you turn around and say you did several videos about her
contradicting herself. She kept contradicting herself.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. Absolutely.
And the reason that her and Shelly fell out, I don't know if they cool now, but this is what she told me. Shelly wanted to be on the lady's point of view. And we were going to have special guests eventually, but we had just got started. I wasn't ready to have Shelly just yet. So Shelly was telling Presha she wants to be on there. Now, I didn't even really know Presha. I just let her come on. I said, anybody who wants to be a part of the show, email me, let me know. And she was one of the people that emailed me and said, Heidi, I would love to be on the show. So when Shelly, this is what she alleged, that when I didn't bring Shelly on the show quick enough, Shelly called her fake as a friend and they fell out because Shelly didn't get to come on my show.
Oh, wow.
Which is crazy as hell because me and Shelly ain't even cool. So why are you so worried about being on my show, Shells? Like,
and I wonder why everybody's so worried about if I'm a bad friend or not. Is somebody trying to be my friend? Is that what's going on? I don't understand why it's a real whole big subject. Whether I'm a good friend or a bad friend. Okay, you think I'm a bad friend. Okay. How am I supposed to feel about that? Is it the problem that y'all want me to feel bad? That you feel like that and I don't give a fuck? Is that the problem?
Right.
Because I truly don't give a fuck.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about how none of y'all feel about what type of friend I am. I don't give a fuck how none of y'all feel about how I've handled Sean Bradley. I don't give a fuck. If I don't give a fuck how he feel, why would you think that I gave a fuck how you feel?
And as many times as I've been called bad wench, over 2 years, Presha never took up for me. Even when right before she allegedly took up for me, that girl had been around and still never told nobody that her man was white while I was getting called a bad wench. So the only thing that I knew of was me and Duchess Kelly Love with a white partner. This girl was literally around while I'm getting called a bad wench, but then all of a sudden when it fit her narrative, she goes, oh, I just want to come out and say that I actually have a white man too. So it's like, girl, don't act like you was just taking up for me. Do you know how many motherfuckers call me bad wench? I don't need nobody to fight for me over some shit like that. And I've said some fuck shit too. But it's like for her to try to use the bad wench thing. Like, girl, if you don't get the fuck up out of here with that.
Yes. Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
She felt the way about it, Heidi, and I agree. Don't come out here and make it seem like you defended me when you really defending yourself. You got a problem with it because you are married to a white man and it's hitting you someplace in your soul where you don't want to be hit. But it's not about Heidi and her husband. It's about you and your husband. That's what it's about.
Right.
Standing your own shit. So I get what you're saying.
And DKL just happens to have a white maid as well. So I guess that's where it all comes from.
It's not about his white meat. It's about her. It's the underlying issue.
And the thing is, if none of that stuff happened, why does she apologize to me? Y'all don't remember her doing this. Y'all don't remember her doing that. Well, where'd the apology come from?
No, me.
Because see, I had her blocked. And I unblocked her when she fell out with Sean and them, and she came over to me and apologized about what she had done, what she had said in the past, and all that. When I said it to her in her face, she didn't deny that.
Mimi, your comment is wrong. Me and SpillItBoy was just going back and forth. It had nothing to do with the fact of whether I'm married or not. It had everything to do with this is the beef sector, and we went back and forth. And who gives a fuck? If Heidi don't care, don't use Heidi in your fucking narrative. That's all that means. SpillItBoy wasn't calling me a bad wench because of a fucking ring.
Right.
He's talking shit. Like, let's keep it real. Everybody talks shit on the beef sector.
Right. It's just a weapon. It's just something to say.
It's something to hurt you. That's all. Something to get up underneath your skin.
Not that nobody cares for real. It's just something that you gonna say whatever you can when you beefing with somebody.
Yeah, it ain't I was going to fucking we goes in over here. I've never had thin skin in my entire life. Okay. So I don't need some weak bitch trying to pull me in her shit because she can't get out of it.
Right. And that's the issue. That goes to the character of the thing. Don't try to make it seem like you feel away because SpillIt called Heidi a bad wench when they are missed up. Because Heidi called him Kool-Aid Man and a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, it's a fight. It's the B sector. They fighting, right? But for you to make it a point to say that you're having a problem with SpillItBoy calling her a bad wench when in fact you got a problem with the term bad wench because you married to a white man. You trying to make it something that it's not. You're not defending Heidi. You offended because he said the word because you married to a white man your own self. That's what the deal is. Then it don't make no sense. You know.
And I can sit here next to SpillItBoy because I've called him motherfucking gorillas. I've called him crunchy to crisp. I met him where he was.
It was a fight.
why the fuck I'm gonna come up here and you call me a bitch? I don't think I've ever like cried over any beef. So I don't need some weak
You
ass
done beef
woman.
before. So I mean, so what? It's just a beef. It's not. I'm not taking it to my heart one way or the other.
We done fought Miss O. We done went back. We done went back and forth. But we at a point we cordial on these streets, and I was able to take whatever you gave me, and you took whatever I gave you, and we didn't go say, "Oh, because Miss Olivia said this." Girl, no.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. But see, she took it to the other level when she tried to make it seem like she was offended for you when she was actually offended for herself. That's the issue. That's the underlying disdain. Another point of underlying disdain that clearly she's got for SpillItBoy. But don't make it about somebody else. It's my issue. Make it about yourself. If you got a problem,
and I think she wanted me to come out here and swing. I don't know what she thought, but I haven't even talked about the beef sector in about a month. So why would you bring my motherfucking ass up, bitch?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It don't make no sense. So you can't call somebody else's character into question, when you got your own character. You using it as a deflection. You deflected away from the fact that you call CPS and let other people be blamed for it when you know you did it. You using it as a deflection when it comes to your disdain for SpillItBoy. When you said you got a problem with him calling Hottie Fly bed wench when you got a problem with the word bed wench because you are married to a white man. That's the issue.
And why she bringing up something from a year ago? Like, it's so old. But anyway, thank you, Miss O. I'm gonna go.
Listen, my whole point was we all did the exact same thing. We all did the exact same thing. She brought up Heidi. I brought up Duchess. It's all the exact same thing, but whatever.
Right. See, people don't know the whole story though, James.
Well, they don't want to know the whole story either. So that's a large part of it. People don't be wanting to know the whole story.
But that's true too. The history of a thing is very important. So that is why I came on this morning asking questions, because there's always an underlying issue here. You just can't take at face value that she got a problem with James just because she don't like what James said to Duchess Kelly Love when that done made up. You making you that's your excuse. That was your excuse to come out and throw shots at SpillItBoy, because just like SpillItBoy said, he hold grudges. Evidently, you hold grudges too, but you're not wanting to face the fact that you don't want to let nobody know that you holding your own grudges that don't have nothing to do with DKL and SpillItBoy. It's about the past. It's about the history of a thing. That's why, like I said, history matters. It's important because people looking at this and judging, and they don't know the history. That's the issue.
I don't know what they want. It's fine. I mean, I don't. They want some type of emotion from me that I don't know what it is. But I ain't never changed. I've been the same person. We go through the same thing. We're gonna go through it some more. We're gonna go through it some more.
Well, who called you? Are you calling yourself the scary man? Or
no, not at all. That is an ongoing thing that people think that he thinks he's God. Like he this that. That's this ongoing thing. I don't know where, and that was the whole thing with the live. And that's what I'm saying. Your chat, you got a bunch of talking motherfuckers in your chat. I don't understand it. Where were all these people yesterday, Olivia?
I have no
I didn't open that platform for Pressure Cooker. I opened that platform for the whole sector. Right. For anybody who wanted to come up and talk to me about this issue. Now, I did that. I sat on there for 2 hours yesterday. No, but I talked to Rico. I talked to Pressure Cooker. I talked to a couple other people who came up. It was open to anybody. I didn't turn anyone away. And I made it very evident that I was doing that. So why are we all over here at Olivia's finger bumping? Y'all had the chance to talk to me directly about what your issues were. I asked you where they come from and how do we move past them. What is it? Y'all ain't had nothing to say, but today y'all burning y'all fingers at.
Yep. Well, they can hit the chat. They can hit the link.
No, they can't hit the chat and come talk to me about it today. Because see, I opened up the chat for yesterday. Fuck them today. After I ended that live, fuck them. Fuck y'all. I don't give a fuck. I ain't going through it no more. I ain't explaining it no more. I did what I did. I said what I said. I stand in it. Ain't taking it back. I did whatever I did to Duchess that y'all didn't like. I did it. Do something about it. Period. Whatever I've said and done to Sean, I did it. Fuck it. Do something about it.
Right. But
Cherry P, do something about it. And whoever else. I guess we got to throw Nika in there too. Because when you go all the way back, see what you're talking about. Oh, I ain't got like nothing. When the whole Vegas Gate thing started, who was the one that said something first? That was me. That was me. You didn't like it then either. So fuck it. Do something about it. If you cross me, I'll speak about it wherever I want to speak about it. It is what it is. Period.
I would have to agree. I think there's a lot of maybe a lot of people. I think some people are messy. I also think some people are way too invested. You know what I mean? But
really. And again, why he's so mad? I'm always loud. But I'm not mad. I ain't mad about what?
Right, it don't mean you mad. You don't mean you mad. You know what I mean? But that's a way to, just to pick with somebody.
That's how I talk. I mean, come on. There's over 2,000 videos over there, Olivia. I talk the same. I speak the same.
I'm just gonna say that they try to do me the same way, about the whole kid issue. But it is what it is at this point in time, because nobody really don't give a damn. But people when you put yourself in the when people lie on you and come out and they say, well, they lying on me, that for whatever reason, even if people know it's a lie or spinning a narrative, they will come out against the person that they think is the strongest. Do you see what I'm saying? Not that you give a fuck,
right.
But they want you to give a fuck. That's my issue. They want you to give a fuck. But at the end of the day, like you said, it is what it is. Either you believe me or you don't. But at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
That's what a lot of people don't understand.
And the funny thing is not like, look, we got somebody right there in your artist say, if you agree with him 100% of the time, then everything's okay. So what happens to the people that don't agree with me 100% of the time? I guess that's what I become, the scary man, huh?
I guess, but I don't like mindless zombies. I don't want nobody.
Girl.
Agreeing with you.
And then this is the thing.
I try to click.
What do you do with that? What do you do with that, Levy?
I don't know what the hell you do with. You just moving right the fuck along.
No, not me, because it ain't my problem. Remember, I'm the king. They said I'm the king. I'm godlike. What the fuck is there for me to do but keep being me?
Well, but that's what I said earlier. I said that is a them problem and it's not a you problem. If they put you up on that pedestal or they in their mind, you can't be questioned. Do you see what I'm saying? For whatever reason, that is a them problem. That is not a you problem. Do you see what I'm saying? If you can't make somebody feel a certain way about you, whether it's true or not, that is a them problem. Because how they feel about you, really, at the end of the day, they put you on these pedestals. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they pick and choose, but that is a them problem. The only person that you can control is yourself. That is a them problem. If you put me on a pedestal and I asked to be on that pedestal, that is a you problem. Do you understand what I'm saying by that? So if they feel like you're a scary man, or they feel like you can't be questioned, that is a them problem. That is not a you problem. The only thing you got to do is keep being you and keep doing you the way that you know how to do you. That's all I can do.
Wait, little girl, they said I'm unhinged, honey. Girl, wait a minute. I might call the goddamn police on you, Olivia. Hold on.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna call the Philadelphia police on you, Olivia.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord. I'm so discombobulated right now.
Unhinged, honey.
Child. Oh Lord. But the whole issue is the whole point of the thing. People keep getting sidetracked by the CPS or Club Chat or Sean Bradley or can't nobody talk to SpillItBoy or whatever, which the issue is, the real issue to me is the fact that clearly Pressure Cooker has some underlying, am I saying it right?
Underlying or depending on whatever. Yeah.
She's got some underlying disdain for SpillItBoy. And because in the genesis of the underlying disdain stems from the past. It stems from the history.
And it was okay. That's the part I don't get. And it's not that I'm worried about what you all say. I asked you, what is the problem? Like, I don't understand why we continue going on and you act like you never heard me say, I don't care. I don't care what she said in the video. That's fine. That's her opinion. Right. I don't care. But I filled in the holes of the story where there was things missing. You had complete holes in your story.
Right.
Well, I mean, some things were blatant. Like you're sitting there saying the Duchess, Kelly Love, and Kwani wasn't friends. Like, what are you talking about? What are you watching?
That's a lie. And that's a lie. I know that's a lie. Even I know that. At one point in time, they were friends. They was friends. They fell out. They made up again. I guess they on the outs again. So that's a lie.
You know. And again, it is like, and it just didn't make sense. So I didn't get it. Where everybody's like, and then when they said she was outnumbered when? When was she outnumbered? Wasn't nobody up there but me and her.
Right.
So when was she outnumbered? She was sitting on there talking to me like I'm talking to you. We're in the same boxes like I'm talking to you right now. How was she outnumbered?
Right.
If it comes as far as my chat versus her chat, she'll always be outnumbered. She don't get nobody in her chat.
So
and everybody in my chat wasn't on my side.
Right. Well, same way in my chat. So let me answer this question though. So they said, so Daily Gossip News says, so Precious' opinion isn't valid. Her opinion is valid.
I didn't say that. What are you listening to?
Her opinion.
It's not valid to me. What do you think I'm supposed to do?
Right.
Opinions are like assholes.
Everybody got one.
Because Pressure Cooker says that I'm a bad friend, I need to go sit down with Pressure Cooker and her give me a list of what I should be doing and I should start doing them. I'm older than Pressure Cooker. Are you joking?
Right.
She thinks I'm a bad friend. The best she can do is don't be friends with me.
What I was wanting to say is her opinion is valid because it's her opinion.
Right. And that's it. I mean, as far as YouTube goes, everybody actually can go ahead and do any video about anything they want. And you actually really can say whatever you want to say in that video. But then, or you joke like, I'm not supposed to say anything. That's where the problem comes in. I was supposed to just let her say what she was going to say, and I wasn't supposed to say that. I wasn't supposed to respond at all.
Exactly.
That's what they're telling me. That's what it sounds like in the chat to me.
Right. You're absolutely right. Let me answer this though. Other side of 40 sister Crystal, aka Miss VHS, wow, that's a long name, says, this is a question for me. She says, why do you believe Pressure Cooker has disdain for SpillItBoy TV when she did a book review for weeks telling people to purchase his book? Well, to answer that question is
well, she did what?
Thank you for weeks. She said she didn't do a whole lot of videos.
No, but when she was telling people about my book.
Right. Now
you joking, right? You joking, right?
I guess she is. But the reason why I say she got disdain, because she even admitted to herself, well, she tried to say James was lying about when he said she didn't do several videos about him. Then she turned around and said she did several videos via her book club about his book, right? So she kind of popped herself when she said that. She told a lie. She said he was lying, but come to find out, she said herself that she did several videos. And I say that she got underlying disdain for SpillItBoy is because of the history. That is the reason why I say she got underlying disdain. Because
is my mic loud to you, Livy?
So
it is. Is my mic loud to you?
It's not no louder than mine. It's not no louder than mine. I got a big mouth with or without a mic, so it's not loud to me. Is it a problem? Oh yeah, is it too loud? Is it too loud for y'all? Spill it. I think you could come back up, spill it. It wasn't too loud for me, but I got a big mouth. You know how that is. You know. So I don't know. But anyway, like I said, I just feel like it's underlying issues going on around her via the history of the situation. And I think that's important before before you pick a side and a lot of people these days don't even care about the history. So they're just some folks just want to be messy or whatever, and that's cool if that's what you want to do. But for me, the history of a thing, like I said before, is important. I just dropped the spill it. Let me drop it again. But for me, the history of a thing is important, and so yeah. So that's just how I feel about it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I don't know why y'all being specific about this dang on obsessing over the volume of his mic or whatever, but I got a big mouth too. That's all I know. Is that you, spill it?
Yeah,
Okay, hold on a minute. Well, it's not as loud as it was, evidently.
I changed it. I
Okay,
changed
hold
it.
on. Miss Honey, is that you?
Yes. How are you, Miss
All right.
Olivia?
Hey, did you have a question for me or spill it?
I did. I wanted to talk to Spill It just because I just wanted to encourage him a little bit. I do have some things to say about you, James, because I know you wanted to hear the bad things too. But how are you, James?
I'm good.
Good. Yeah. So I'll just tell you the things I don't care about you right, and then I'm going to go into why I really came, which was to encourage you. But I want to honor your wishes. Let's see. I don't like how long you wash your kale greens. I don't like the word mammy, and I don't like how hard you are on Darla when you do your reviews for Queen Sugar. So don't ever let it be said that I did not tell you the things I don't like, because those are some things that I don't like. But what I really love about you is the fact that in your heyday and in your freedom, you did not count it robbery to take on your cousin's kids and raise them, and not just foster them, but adopted them and raised them, which is a whole other big thing. That's huge. I saw your heart with that. Definitely. I remember you and Much Love from Kentucky used to hang real tough and do like little videos here and there. You would go on her channel and she would come in yours. And I saw your heart with her and everything that she was going through. Same thing with the Lady Nika situation. I see you as a very tender-hearted person. And I think I'm the same way in that I have a lot of bravado. Like if you piss me off, I will scorch this earth, right? And God is working on me with that. But I will scorch this earth. But that's because once you hurt me, it wounds me in a way that I don't want to deal with you anymore. And so I saw you trying to work through that in my mind. I'm watching it from the outside, work through that with the Duchess Kelly Love thing, because you said that you asked him if you hurt his feelings. That's a big question, right? Okay, but at the same time, you didn't tell him that he hurt yours. And I know you say you're not in your feelings and it didn't hurt your feelings and all of that, but I know that it did, because I feel like you felt as though he wasn't there for you 100%. And ironically, you and Kwani had the same beef about Duchess. She felt like he wasn't a good friend to her because of some things that he did with this other guy. I don't know this guy's name, but whatever. So I just want you to know I see that. And I want you to know I feel your level of frustration, because at the core of you, you're not that way. I think you had every intentions on talking to that lady in a peaceful manner. But she forced your hand when she kept going left with it. But I will say this, and I think you already knew it. I think you knew the minute you got into it with her, like you started and you kept trying to be patient and she kept, coming back in this really aggressive manner. You never ever explain yourself to someone who is determined to misunderstand you. And right. I think the lady is determined to misunderstand you because, like Miss Olivia said, she's got these other things. She's got this residual thing in the back of her mind that she wants to get you told about. But all of this other stuff is in the middle of it. And really, that's the sign of an adult. An adult says, listen, this is what bothered me. This is what hurt me. And I don't appreciate it, and move on. For some of us, for you and for a long time, I was the same way. When you wound me in that way, you don't never have to worry about hurting me like that again, because I don't want to feel that again. So I'm not letting you in that place where you can hurt me again.
Can I interject? Yes. I think that you're right about that. Why did she just come out and talk about the real issue? And that is the conversation that I'm trying to have this morning. What is the underlying disdain? That is the real issue here, in my opinion. When you come out and you say something like that, and you got a history with the person, dating all the way back to Sean Bradley's channel and the CPS call thing. So and the bedwitch thing with Heidi, it's like you're deflecting away from the fact that you have some kind of underlying issue with SpillItBoy because of A, B, C, and D.
Well, I think she feels intimidated too, and even that's a feeling that you can express.
Well, she said she wasn't intimidated. She said ain't nobody scared of SpillItBoy or whatever. She's saying all of this and all of that.
She was. I mean, she was clearly intimidated. She was intimidated when she did her video, because I went back and looked at it. But she was jumping out there. She was going to jump out there in that deep into that ocean because she felt like she had all the ammunition to really fight.
But he wasn't coming. You've been over there for a year. It's been like a year. Pressure cooker has been in my lives. She be right in my lives. That was where I was like, where is this coming from?
Right. It's coming from the underlying issue.
Coming from. I mean, she's been ever since she fell out with Sean and them. She apologized. I unblocked her, and she been over there in the chat with us ever since. So just some random day, here we go. You talking trash, and I'm supposed to do what now?
Right.
Well, it's not random. It's strategic, especially when the enemy's at foot.
Because there's an underlying issue. It's not random.
Yeah, she was just waiting on the opportunity. But I just wanted to tell you that, Spill, and I wanted to say, Miss Olivia, I've been here, but I've been busy. I had some things going on with my family, my father being sick and all. And so we listened, but, I don't always have the opportunity to come in and chit chat with you. And I wanted to tell you, Spill It, that I really respect you and everything that you got going on, with all of your businesses and everything. And I just want you to know that I see your heart. It doesn't matter if we agree on everything or don't agree on everything. If you can really, really try to look at a person's heart, I gave you several time spans where I can go back and look at what defines you as a person for me. And that is that you have a good heart. Hold on to that. Don't let anybody drag you down. And listen, I know that you're one tough cookie. I get it. Okay. You're as tough as they come, right? You have been knocked down. You have tucked and rolled. I get it. I do. But at the same time, it's okay to let people know that I'm upset. You pissed me off. It hurt my feelings. I don't like it. And unfortunately, we're in a sector where you can't be vulnerable like that, but you can with people that you're invested in. Right. So that's all I wanted to tell you.
Thank you.
And you guys have a wonderful day, okay, Miss Olivia and SpillItBoy?
You too, for coming.
All right, bye-bye. I want to answer this question. Messy Vlog 21 said Presha wanted some attention. I agree that she wanted some attention from SpillItBoy because of the past. But Mimi said I think she really likes DKL and she was upset for him. You know what? Maybe she liked him, Mimi. But I think really the reason why she came at James, like I said, is because of past issues. That's what I feel is really going on. You know what I mean? But she put. But she used the situation with James and DKL to bring up the issues that she had about him from the past. So it really wasn't her trying to defend DKL. It really wasn't about her thinking that that James was a bad friend for DKL or whatever. It's really about her underlying issue. And it was real messy. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's what I felt about it. That was the reason why I had questions about the history, the genesis of the situation. Do you see what I'm saying, James?
Yeah, but I got a question. And this is it's really off topic. But Steve Austin, why are you so concerned with my dick?
The what?
And my ass. I've noticed that in the it's been a minute Steve Austin is always concerned with mother's dick and ass. Do you have somebody in mind, Steve?
Ooh, ooh.
Being as I'm up here taking suggestions. You got somebody in mind, Steve, for this dick and ass and mouth? Because you seem so preoccupied.
Oh wow. Oh well, maybe
No
he got an
shade.
underlying issue. Maybe
No, no,
his
no
underlying
shade. That's just a question.
right. Well, maybe his underlying issue with you is because maybe he feels a
He
you
said
know
I'm mean and I need to
mm,
get a boyfriend and some other. I want you to be a happier person. So okay, so you're throwing something out. What is your suggestion, Steve?
mm. Well, maybe his suggestion is that you get with him or something. I don't.
Let's move on.
I had no idea. I had to go back and read, but that's a good question. That's another underlying issue, perhaps, for Steve Austin that maybe he's sexually frustrated when it
And
comes to
I mean,
you.
and Steve Austin kind of follows me from chat to chat to chat with this. So
I will see.
it's a little, it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
maybe
you
it's an
got my eye,
underlying
you got
issue.
my eye, you got my attention.
Hmm?
Uh, yeah.
Like I said, it's all about the underlying issue when it comes to certain things, and maybe he don't realize that he wants to explore your nether regions. Maybe that's an underlying issue. Okay, and another reason we're talking about underlying issues today is because Pressure Cooker said she's a therapist, so she knows that she understands exactly where I'm coming from. So that's the reason why we're having. Is that you, Lady Tia?
Yes, hey Miss
Now,
O.
Like I said,
Hey,
Esther,
that's
Philip
that's
boy.
the reason why
I
we're
know
having
for a fact you don't
that's
care
why
for
we're
me
having this
too much.
conversation.
Yeah, I know you don't care for me too much as your kid, but I didn't know you really hated me like that. Now you want to kill me?
Hey guys.
Wait, whoa, wait a minute. Did somebody say something about kill in the chat? Because we're not gonna
Oh
do
no.
that. Ask your kid, did you say it? Because
No, I got it, Livy. On to the
Hey
next.
Spill It Boy. So I wanted to ask you, what do you think about when there was a video that she did eventually come out and say that it was the CPS thing. So it don't seem like she was in favor of Sean Bradley then. And with this video about Duchess, doesn't seem like she was in favor of you. It doesn't seem like she was in favor of either one of y'all. I'm trying to understand what was the big deal. Was it had to do with her, you like you said, she'd been chilling in your chat for a while, and so you have assumed that everything, whatever y'all had in the past, was cool, right?
Go ahead.
So when she made the video about Duchess, did that bother you because you figured y'all was cool?
No, it bothered me because again, we're back to first of all, it was I'll say triggered because that's the word y'all like triggered because again, you're back to what you got blocked for in the first place. You're reporting on me and you don't have all the facts. So that was
Oh,
the first thing that actually tipped me off. You
hmm,
did this before. This is how we got where we got before. And you're
okay.
back there and it was her tone. I know y'all watch videos all the time. You
Right.
all can't tell me y'all didn't pick up the tone of the video. You know good and well, Tia, you watch me. The
Hmm.
tone on kitchen table talk is not the tone on a cleanup.
Right. I agree with that.
So that's it. It really wasn't about, I already said that I really don't care how
Hmm.
anybody feels about the Duchess and myself about the friendship. I don't care. I really don't. It is what it is. It is what it is. And they keep talking about, you didn't apologize to Duchess. I'm not apologizing to Duchess. I don't have nothing to apologize to Duchess for.
And yeah, well, the reason, and I was the one who was in the chat that said, give her a fair chance, when you guys were talking. And when I said, that I feel like she was being beat up on, and of course, it was not about you and her being on the panel together. The chat was really totally against her, and I was just like, wow, she don't have a fair shot over here because
Tia,
everybody's just straight out saying she's lying, and she wasn't even,
Tia,
getting to any points at that point, and it was just like, give her a chance to explain. But I do know that you did ask her direct questions that she didn't answer.
but Tia,
I agree with that.
Tia,
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you just come out of the chat?
Mm-hmm.
What did that chat look like over there to you?
When your video
No, the chat you
or
just
this
left out of.
video?
This video.
Oh yeah, they're on your head.
Exactly. So,
They're on
honey,
your head.
welcome to YouTube, honey.
Well, that's the only reason why I said it. And it was kind of hard to hear you to get some clarity about it on your live. It was hard to hear the clarity because I still don't even think y'all did get to any clarity.
Well, that's the reason for the me talking about the underlying issue, because with a lot of people, I don't know if you knew the history, because I didn't realize that it was so much past history between Spill It
Hmm.
and Pressure Cooker. So if you don't know the history of the situation, then you don't understand what's really going on back and forth, but between what was really going on yesterday when it was the back and forth. So was she being bullied, or was she being, asked to stand in her shit? Not even necessarily cause of DKL, about the history. Do you see what I'm saying? It's so much more involved here than her making a video saying that SpillItBoy is a bad friend to DKL. That's really not what's even going on. What's going on is that she still feel a way about what's happened between them two in the
Hmm.
past.
In the past. Right, right.
That's why it
I
didn't
get
make a
what you're
lot
saying.
of
That's
sense
why I
to a
was
lot of
saying if
people.
she it when it came to the underlining thing, if she have been in James chat for a while now, there to support, I wouldn't have think she had any underlining issues with James because she has been there supporting. And I
Well,
think that's why I'm saying I think James was confused about it. Like,
prior to her apologizing, there have been several issues, and so if she apologized, James said she apologized,
mhm,
and she was in his chat. So for whatever reason, she was triggered, I just wanted to be messy, and say what she said about him and DKL, but the whole time it's not even about that. It's about
mhm.
what went on in the past. That's the
Okay.
underlying disdain that I was talking about. But a lot of people don't know the past. I didn't even fully understand the past. That's why I had questions, because I never paid attention to her. I had no idea that that's why it was so important for Heidi to come up here and tell her side of the story, because she kept bringing up the fact that James called Heidi a bed wench. That's a bone of contention for her, because she
Mhm.
is married to a white man, just like Heidi is. But Heidi said, "Hold up, bitch, don't throw me into this," because what your relationship is with your man don't have nothing to do with my relationship and my man. This is about you. This ain't got nothing to do with me. You're deflecting. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's what's going on, in my opinion, is the underlying issue, not what she talked about, but what's went
Mhm.
on before. And so when people were watching it yesterday, if you didn't know the history, you would think something like maybe some people thought that she was being bullied, when in actuality she wasn't being bullied at all. This about the past. This ain't got nothing to do with Spill It Boy and DKL. Not really.
Okay. I get your point, Miss O. I get your
You
point. Yeah, that's why I just wanted to know from James, did he feel left kind of blindsided as if she was being shady in a way where it had nothing to do with your friendship
Mhm.
or something else, because other than that she had already apologized to you about the past, and
You
I was
take out,
wondering,
if
did it
you
threw
literally
you
look at
off a
her
little
video,
bit?
you literally look at her video and take out the DKL stuff, it sounds just like me and Rico having a conversation.
Mhm. About the past.
Not just
Okay.
about the past, just about what he thinks about me.
Right.
And and that, like, everybody agrees, Rico shouldn't even be in my chat. The way that Rico feels about me, you should never click the button.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and if you take out the DKL stuff
Hmm.
and just leave what else is left, it sounds just like me and Rico talking to each other, or Rico speaking in one of his videos.
Hmm.
Oh, and James,
When it,
also about the not. I agree with you. You are not. None of us are not above reproach. But you, like you said, why do people feel like I'm the big scary guy and things like that? And I think I think it has part to do with you have a bigger following and people know that you can read down to the ground and people don't want to be a target. So some people just be silent and won't say anything, but they feel a certain way or have an opinion, but won't say it because they don't want to go into battle with you. And I think that's probably why it comes off like people are scared as
That's because
far
that
as when it
line
comes
is
to you.
blurred. There's a blurred line down
That's a
there
them problem.
between content creators and subscribers.
Hmm.
Right.
That's the problem. That there's a
Yeah.
blurred line. You
Yeah,
want to talk shit and you want to give, because every time I hear somebody say I'm just a subscriber, but they said I'm giving my commentary. Subscribers don't have commentary.
right.
Right.
We
Now
have our opinions, and
which one
others
are you?
allow us
You could be
to have their
commenting.
opinion. But yeah, that's why I think when it comes to the scary thing, I think people they know what you give, and they don't want to be your target.
And if they really knew what I give, I don't start.
Let me
But
answer this question, y'all. Let me answer this question. Idaho says, what a name, what a troll name. Olivia, it seems like you don't know any history of mostly all the people on here, but you run your mouth. Well, in the first place, I can run my motherfucking mouth, bitch, on my channel if I want to. And I do know a lot of the history. It sounds like you don't appreciate the fact that I don't know nothing about pressure cooking. I didn't know that she been around here so long. I didn't know she been in so much shit. It's because I can't pay attention to everybody. If your ass is boring, and if you ain't saying nothing that I don't want to hear, that I want to hear, then I'm not gonna fucking pay attention to you. So no, I don't know everything about everybody's. Which I had questions today is because I had no idea that she had been in so much shit because she is so fucking boring that I ain't never fucking paid attention to her. Period. Moving right along. Go
And
ahead.
Miss O and before I go, thanks for answering my questions, Billy Boy. I do want to say I actually agree with Sean Bradley when he said I do think that the reason why the CPS thing was called, because I really do think that shells were gonna put her in a position where if you don't report, I will report you.
But that's
I
that's
think
another
that's
question that I had, Lady Tia.
yeah, I
Was
think
she
that's what happened.
right?
she
But
said
was
that
she in
herself.
Canada at the time? Was she in Canada or was she over here in the States? Because if she is in Canada, how can she be so silly to think that Shelley can make a difference in her job when she's in Canada? Or if she was in the States, oh, okay, okay, I can see her being intimidated or feeling threatened or being, pushed into calling CPS on Sean Bradley if she was in the States. But if she was over there in Canada, that doesn't make sense. See, that's another question that I had.
Right, but what she did say a while back when she did talk about that situation about the CPS, she said she hadn't seen the video. She didn't know what was going on. It was
Mhm.
sent to her, and as far as I'm concerned, I think it definitely was Shelly who sent it to her. And she said she wouldn't report only if she felt that there was a need to.
Mm. But
And that
If she was in Canada, it wouldn't make a difference whether she felt it was a need or not, because she's in another country. Do you see what I'm saying? That
yeah.
can affect her job one way or the other if she's reporting from Canada on something that's going on in the United States. See, that was another question that I had when it comes to that CPS situation.
Right.
Where were
I
you?
did think I thought she was in the States because I think she recently was talking about she was leaving the States. So I think she was at the time. I could be wrong.
Okay.
And unfortunately she's not here. But I do believe she was. But that's what she said.
Yeah.
She don't report things unless she feel that see that there's a need or however they have it in their clause of mandation,
Mhm.
if there's a need or there's a concern.
Okay, and then my another question that I had too, Lady Tia, since you up here. So you did this, you reported Sean Bradley, right? The fact that you sat in that chat over there on Sean Bradley's channel for so long and let everybody blame other people other than her, what does that say about your character? Because you
Now
sit up and watch these videos of people assuming there was other people that called CPS on Sean Bradley when you did it while sitting in his chat the whole time. That is beyond me.
Now, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. That's why I said I agree with Sean Bradley about that because she only because Shell seems to have said, if you don't, I'm going to report you, is the reason why she eventually said it was her. But yeah, I agree that, yeah, that was, why would you, allow all of that to go on when you know that,
You know it's
it was you
you.
all
You
along.
know
That,
you the
yeah,
one
I
that did
definitely
it.
agree that was wrong.
Yeah, that was wrong for letting other people get blamed for something that you did.
Yeah. And
That
it,
was
and
another thing.
it stuck for a very long time.
Yes.
Yeah. But thank you guys. Gotta go pick up my
Thank you,
daughter. Y'all
Julie.
have a great day. I'm glad that we got a little bit of clarity, maybe.
Right. Right to the history. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why the history is important. But
Y'all have
thank
a
you, Lady
wonderful
Tia.
day.
Thank you, baby.
Okay, bye bye.
All right.
But yeah, that's another issue. You calling somebody's character into question. So if you're calling this man's character into questioning, why can he not call your character into question? Because you sat over there and you let all that stuff go on and you didn't open your mouth. You let other people get blamed for something that you did, but you still twerking around over here in this man's face, knowing you did this the whole time. That's not cool. And then you can't even say that you ain't the one that called when you admitted that you is the one that called. You said that, but you put it on Shelly, making it seem like I had to call or Shelly was gonna put my job in jeopardy. But you still sat there in the chat the whole time, letting other people blame other people for something that you did. That's not cool, in my opinion. So that's just what I feel about it. You
And
can't
now we're
call
talking
one
about,
person's
now look at
character
this.
into
Here we
question.
go. Idaho says, no, James, you mean you trying to bully Rico? I bully Rico.
Ain't nobody
I bully Rico.
Nope. Ain't nobody bullying Rico.
Do you know
Rico
how
nobody
stupid that sounds? I bully Rico.
can't nobody bully Rico. Rico is no more about the beef sector.
It ain't even
YouTube
about what
calling
they
him out.
know, Olivia. When I don't even have to be in a chat, and Rico is carrying on. I am Rico's topic all the time.
Right.
Anytime I drop down somewhere, here come Rico. But I'm bullying Rico. Whatever. I could go for you just don't like me. That would be fine. But to
right.
say I bully Rico is just stupid.
Rico don't even think you bullying him, okay? So I don't
That is
know.
just stupid.
Why do you continue to perpetuate the lie there? Hold on. Somebody said something about me. Let me go back up. She said, Holy Day says, but Olivia, why do you continue to perpetuate the lie, calling him defaming names? Who was I calling defaming names? And what lie are you talking about, Holy Day? Because I don't know what you're talking about. You got to be more. You got to tell me what you're talking about. So anyway, but as far as Rico, ain't nobody bullying Rico. James don't think that he being bullied, and Rico don't think that he being bullied either.
Rico can't bully me because I'm not afraid of Rico.
Right, and Rico ain't afraid of you.
Yeah.
So ain't nobody being bullied here. We are all adults in the beef sector. And that's just how it rolls. Can someone explain what he said that subscribers don't have commentary? I don't give commentary. But what he meant by that is how you saying you got commentary and you don't have a channel? You're not making videos. So do you consider commentary posting in the chat? Is that what you consider being your commentary?
No, they get up on the panel and say, I'm giving my commentary. And
But
they'll literally wait, it is when you sit on a live and give 15 minutes and you go and you do 5 different content creators and you give a review on 5 different content creators videos or their situations. You just did give commentary, actually, because if you'd have did it on your own channel, that's a whole video that you would have got paid for.
Right. That's what I consider commentary.
That's commentary, baby. And then you can't walk off and walk away from that, Olivia, where you didn't gave 15 minutes of dragging people and then expect them people not to say that back to you. And then when they do, you say, I'm not no content creator. I'm just a subscriber. No, man, you as a commentator.
I get what you said. You can't have it both ways.
You can't have it both ways.
I get that. And that's the truth too. How you just gonna be a subscriber? And if under your definition, you consider that being commentary because they've been on several panels making several comments for however long. So under that definition of you saying that that's commentary, the people have a right to rebut your commentary with their commentary. Now, in my opinion, it is not commentary. You are making a comment on somebody else's panel. Now, if you give a commentary, in my opinion, you are doing that on your own channel. You are making your own video. That's commentary to me. But under you are just simply on somebody's panel, doing your making, having a reaction to something that you've seen on somebody else's video. But under James' description, you are a commentator, so he has every right, whether he's in the comment section or not, he has every right to call you on it. You can't, what you say, throw
now I'll take this, which Miss Kept Secret said, those are called guest panelists. But I'll take that. I'll actually take that I'll take that. I'll take that. But do you agree, Miss Kept Secret, being a guest panelist can get your ass cussed out too?
Yes, it can.
Is that you can't moving your mouth? Listen, leaving a comment under a video on YouTube can get your ass cussed out. Even when there was no live, you leave a comment on the wrong person's video saying the wrong thing, they'll cuss your ass out.
Right.
And they may actually cuss you out on screen, or they may cuss you out in the comments. But sometimes they'll take and make a whole video and cuss you out and embarrass you. Right. Make a whole video dedicated to you.
I've done that, and I've also cussed them straight out in the chat, as a matter of fact.
And that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to argue semantics. That's all I'm saying. If you say, if everybody has an opinion, all the opinions are valid, but all the opinions are open to getting your ass cussed out. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And if you say,
and this other thing that I'm gonna say here, Livy, is when you walk, what do you call it when you, every time you see a person, you saying something derogatory to them?
Right.
Every chat you see them in, they ain't saying nothing to you. They in there, they might just come in and say hello. Then here you come, you got some nasty little epithet that you're going to throw at them. That, what do you call that? You think that's normal? Y'all think that don't work nowhere but here on YouTube? Because if we were in the streets and every time you see me out somewhere, how many times do you honestly think that you would get to harass? Because that's what it is harassment. How many times do you think you would get to harass a person before something actually go down?
Right. I agree. And also, you can't say what
I call that trolling in the beef sector. So you think, and you don't think that's cool? Trolling in the beef sector is cool, I guess.
You can't expect to.
But we'll get mad when somebody refer to you as a troll. I ain't no troll.
All I know is whether you're a subscriber or you have a channel or not, if you say something about somebody, they have a right to comment. They have the right to comment on whatever the hell you said about them, be it good, bad, or indifferent. Whether you have a channel or whether you just jumping on a panel or whether you just saying what you're saying in your chat, that will get your ass cussed out. Okay.
Okay. So you're a troll? Please like the thank you. You admit to being a troll? Or are you not a troll?
Tim B says, Olivia, do you disagree with anything James do? You sounding like Nika. No shade. I don't know how I'm sounding like Nika. James and Lady Nika have a friendship. They have actually met one another offline. They vacation together. So I don't understand how I can be acting like Nika when I've never met James or anybody else on YouTube offline. So I don't know how I'm sounding like her. And as far as people think that Nika don't disagree with anything James do? I mean, I if it ever come up, then I feel like I disagree with.
You have done it before. You came over here and did a whole video on multiple occasions. Right. Livy don't agree with everything I do. Livy that came over here and dragged me before.
I was trying to say that I'm sure I done disagreed before, and I'm sure I done made a video about it. So
yeah, you did.
Everybody know that I speak my own mind. I don't hold back what I got to. If it come up, it come out. If I got a problem with something that you said, I'm gonna do a video about it, or I'm gonna hop on your panel and tell you.
You
Everybody
remember the
knows
day,
I am. Um,
Olivia, when I did the open panel about Lil Nas X when the video came out with the devil and all that in it. You was
yeah,
mad as a firecracker at me that day. And
right,
came right over and she opened up a panel while I was still live. She was mad as hell at me.
right, right. So I don't know why you asked me that question because everybody know that if it come out, it's gonna come out when it comes to me. If it come up, it's gonna come out. Everybody know that. So I don't know why you would ask that question, but all right.
You know what, Olivia? I owe you. I guess I should have cleaned you up.
Okay, I guess I don't know, but we
I
know how
guess
it
that'd have
is.
made them happy. They'd have
I
been
guess,
happy then, girl, because we'd have been pulling each
but
other's
two
hair,
people don't.
girl.
But neither one of us has a thin skin, and
Mm-mm.
so it is what it is. A lot of people got thin skin. You know what I mean? So they can't. You know, I don't know. They can't move
And
like you and
again,
I do.
when it's about the commentary. Okay, it
Right.
was the commentary. You ain't come over here calling me all about my name
Yeah,
and
it's not
all that
personal.
old
Right.
bullshit. You said you had disdain for the commentary and what was going on the platform. You did not come over here and say I live in a $25 house and
Right. Right. It
that's
wasn't
swinging
personal.
from
It
the
was about
tree and all that
right.
old bullshit.
Right. It wasn't personal. It was about the
It's
commentary.
about the commentary.
That's why I don't understand why some people get so heavily invested. When you allow yourself, even if you are just a subscriber in the comment section, a lot of people are too heavily
Why
invested.
do y'all keep saying I'm upset? I'm not upset. What are y'all talking about?
You don't sound upset to me. So, yeah. And I don't even know why
And
somebody would
again, we're
say,
back on this I'm loud thing.
and what does that mean by you acting like Nika? What are you saying about Nika? She don't have
Child,
nothing to
that
do
was a
with this
read, huh?
conversation. She don't have nothing to do with this. Do you see what I'm saying? That's being real messy. And then you wonder why you get cussed the fuck out about saying dumb shit. That don't make no sense. Either you being willfully ignorant or you being ignorant on purpose. Like you got to pick a side. That don't make no sense. It's either one or the other. Damn. Anyway, Mimi said facts. She
See,
said,
that's what I'm talking about. Now, this is, and then how do you think I'm supposed to, how am I supposed to respond to you? Because you think I'm supposed to just let you say this and then I don't say nothing back to you. You see this? I'm sorry. James is very fake, always grasping for friends around him. He want everybody to feel warm and fuzzy about him, and most of him don't. I guess it's supposed to be most of them don't. But now in your mind, since you ain't nothing but a trolling ass bitch, you think I'm not supposed to even say nothing to you, and how dare I say something to you? Now, this is when I become the scary man, when I tell you to kiss my ass on the pink part, bitch. That's when I become the scary man. See how that work, Livy?
girl, I guess I'm the scary one. Indestructible. Hey, thanks for the super sticker. I really appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. I see. Hey, spill it.
It's
I
an
guess
opinion. In
I
my
guess I'm the
opinion,
scary
is
woman.
that my asshole is open for you to French kiss.
I,
That's
I,
my opinion.
I guess I'm the scary. Then that would make me you the scary, like you the scary man. I guess
I'm the
that
big
would make
scary
me the
man that
scary
can't
woman.
nobody say nothing to me. But I mean, really?
Right.
That's I'm supposed to let people talk to me like that? Yeah,
And not
right.
answer back. See, that's the issue. You
Right.
can't say
I'm
anything
not
you want to
scared. Well, I
say.
don't want you to be scared because I ain't no ghost. Eat a dick, bitch.
Well, there you have it. I mean, I don't know. Okay.
You
My
getting
thing
nasty.
is,
No,
if you
I ain't
want
getting
to,
nasty. I already got nasty when Steve asked me about me getting fucked. I already was nasty then. You paying
look,
attention? Keep up, ho.
my thing is, if you can't expect to say something about somebody, even if you're in a chat, and not expect the person to say nothing back to you. You
But
can't
they
have it
do,
both
Levy,
ways.
they do.
I know, and that's unfortunate, but it is what the fuck it is.
And look, you're mad, mad. Okay, so here, I'm mad. Now what? I'm mad. Now what? What's next?
Well, nothing's next. You know, it is what it
Exactly.
is.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how stupid. Just stupid. Okay, I'm mad. You made me mad.
She said, live, I guess live. No one said he didn't have the right to respond. But I mean, you saying he mad because he responded, but he not mad, but he just responded. Do you see what I'm saying? This is now they're trying to say, okay,
That's that double-edged
but you
sword,
can't
girl.
expect the chat to not have an opinion about you. Well, nobody's expecting the chat not to have an opinion in my on my chat anyway. Do you see what I'm saying?
There's no
Because
problem with it.
we're our free thinkers over here, and I seen the same thing going on in Spillet's chat yesterday too. Not everybody agreed with him, so I'm not understanding the point of the comment. Do you see what I'm saying?
They
Everybody's
don't
sharing
think
their
you're supposed to
opinion.
say nothing to them. They really don't. The chat thinks they're supposed to do all this shit and that you're not supposed to respond to them. They really believe that in their soul.
And I think so. I think some people in the chat get upset when you respond.
They
The
do,
way
because how
that
dare you? How
it's
dare
right,
you? I'm just a subscriber. How dare you?
right, right.
But the
So
truth of the matter is, you ain't my goddamn subscriber. I'm over here over at Olivia's. I ain't making a dime being over here. Motherfuck you, bitch. You ain't nothing but another hoe on the street. I'm on the street, you on the street. Fuck you, bitch. Now that's the truth of the matter. Am I lying, Olivia?
no, you're not lying.
I ain't gaining nothing by being here. So why
Right,
in the fuck I gotta take your disrespect? Fuck you,
right,
bitch.
right, right. And you don't think anyone is supposed to say anything to you? He's never wrong. I disagree. I don't feel that way.
That's what y'all are
About
doing to me,
you.
though. That's what you're doing to me, Caroline.
Well, see, that's what I meant by putting people on the pedestal. Yourself. That's a you problem. That's not a him problem. You know, they do the same thing to me. That's a
But what
you
is it that
problem.
makes you think that people are supposed to say that type of shit to me, though?
And you
What
not
makes you
respond.
think that somebody was down there called me a prick? What makes you think that what about me says that I have to stand around with people calling me a prick?
Don't make no sense. I don't get it, but sometimes I go into every time I go in the chat, it's very hostile. You see what I'm saying? To the point to where
As your
I
kid,
won't.
that's all right that you don't like me offering you my pink door. Don't put your face in there.
Right. Oh, that's true, Corio. Most of these people in here today are not my supporters, child.
Now, why do I need Olivia to hold my hand, sweetie?
I don't even know. I don't even know why
What do
they
Olivia got going on that I don't got going on over there on the other side? Nothing.
not a goddamn thing. To just let me
Because
say this.
every one of y'all that's talking all this shit, y'all was over there. You was over there yesterday. So what's going on over here that ain't going on over there? Other than
Nothing.
girl bye.
Nothing.
Anyway,
Nothing. Nothing is going on over here that wasn't going on over there. And I
foolishness,
think it was
child.
from what I read in the chat yesterday. Honestly, the chat was more brutal. It was over 1,300 people in there.
Absolutely. And they was carrying on, baby.
Yeah, and I did not drop down. You know what I mean? Because I thought my comment was gonna go by the wayside. But these questions that I presented today are actually the questions that I had yesterday, and I had more questions when I went back and looked at the first video because I didn't know there was a first video until Spillit brought it up because I don't look at that lady's channel, right?
Right.
So after I listened to your channel, I went back and listened to her rebuttal, and then I had even more questions because, like I said, I had no idea that all this history had gone on between you and her and Heidi and what is his name? SB. I had no idea. Like I wasn't paying. If I don't pay attention to you, if you don't stick out to me, I don't pay attention to you. So that's another reason why I had questions because I had no freaking idea. Like I couldn't even believe that the girl was up on the chat. I'm like, hold up, I done seen this chick around before, but who is she again? That's my issue. So yeah, I'm okay, and I appreciate you, Spiller, for coming up here and Heidi, because I had no idea. People
And look
really
at
be
that now.
thinking,
Look at this Shammy come out. You're washed up, and I say that with love.
oh,
What you basing it on, sweetie? Explain yourself, Shammy. Where you basing that on? I'm washed up where? How? Because all you know of me is me being on YouTube. So what am I? My YouTube career is all washed up? Is that what you talk about, boo boo?
Winter Breeze has a good suggestion, Spilly. They says Winter Breeze said, hold up, let me go back. She says they want a speak with mother segment every week, it looks like. That's another good something for you to do, Spiller.
Is it? I don't. But see, that's the part. This is what's getting ready to connect in the chamois. I don't need that. Okay,
Well, that's true
I don't
too.
need that
That's true too. You know.
because I'm not washed up. So I don't need that. I don't. No, I don't need to open up the floodgates for the haters to try to throw darts at me.
Right.
That ain't me. That ain't me.
Miss Honey said, agreed. You are not obligated to be a welcome mat or a toilet bowl. Right. Taking other
Exactly.
people's abuse and ish is not your portion. That is right. I absolutely agree with that. Nobody don't have to,
Well, what
you know,
happened to
open up their.
Shammy? Shammy, what happened, honey? Where'd you go? I was interested to hear what Shammy had to say. Shammy's from Duchess Kelly Love's camp, honey.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
as you dropped down to say that, and you said it with love. So I'm wondering what you're basing it on, honey.
Hmm. You have a good day too. Please hit the like. Thank you. Have a good day. Yeah, so no, but nobody don't have to open up the reason why the one perk about you having your own platform is that you don't have to as opposed to being in a chat. Like if I jump on Spillage chat or even on his panel, I don't have no control over the shots that are
Oh, I
being
know
thrown
y'all
at
there,
me.
Choreo Lover. Try. I know where y'all are at. I hear you, Livy.
Mm,
They
okay, yeah,
they're trying to assure me that I got people. I know my people's out there. The whole chat ain't carrying. I know where my people be at, child.
right. And
But
what I
I'm
was
I'm
trying to say,
interested. This is just perfect though, Livy, that you see this because with Shammy, this is some of this same stuff that we actually been talking about. Now, I've
mm,
never had a problem with Shammy. Never had a bad word with Shammy at all. Don't even really know her. Just really met her. Literally, what was that? 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when
mm,
Duchess did he did the Gong show, and her son were on, and
mm,
I actually was on Duchess Heavy Up, and I complimented her and I complimented her son. And now you come into this chat today and you throwing daggers at me.
mm.
Explain yourself.
I've never met Shannon. This is the
Right.
first time I've seen this name. That's I ever. You know what? I really need to try to start
Shammy is
paying
a
more
is a
attention.
female. Shammy's a female.
Okay, I really need to start paying more attention, evidently, to the chat.
Well, no, because she's not like I had never even heard her or seen her before then. That day when I seen her on Duchess, and she may have been over there before, but that's when
Mm,
I seen her. But this is just what I'm
right.
saying. I've done absolutely nothing to this lady. I don't
Mm,
know the lady like that. Whenever we did talk, it was words of encouragement back and forth, and folks sending super chats to her, and her sending out super chats and sending cash apps to her and her son.
mm.
And then you
Also,
drop your ass down over here, talk about I'm washed up, boy boo, and then says I say that with love. That's some old passive aggressive punk bullshit when you ain't coming back and saying what you even basing it on.
is she is she a
Are you
content
willing
creator?
to say why you said it?
Right? Is she a content creator?
No.
Okay, okay,
Mm-mm.
okay. Yeah. See, I didn't know
But
the
that's
first
it. But
time.
again, we talk about character, ain't we? And how
Yeah.
people get in their feelings about shit that's going on with other people.
Right. 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 Yeah. I had never heard of her either. I see. It's a lot of people. I be
Hmm.
they in the chat or be they content creators, which was the issue with
And they
some
wonder
people
why
who.
stuff about Duchess kept coming up because some of these same happenings were happening in my chat.
Oh, yeah.
People were coming over and having their little words to say. So again, I'm supposed to sit in my chat and listen to Duchess's people who ain't subscribers of mine ask me questions and talk shit to me. Y'all better
Right.
get a life.
Right.
Y'all
Right.
better get a life. You asked me why I said what I said and I explained it. You don't agree? Your business.
I agree. I have to agree.
That's
I don't like when people. I don't like when people do the blind support thing. You know what I mean? I
because you
don't.
don't even know what it's all based upon, and
Right.
and that's
But,
fine. It's fine for you to love Duchess, but you fighting when Duchess ain't fighting. You look crazy.
but that, That's
You
why I asked
fighting
my
when Duchess
people.
ain't fighting, and then what happens? Because what I'll go over and get on the panel with Duchess, and then you come up to sing, and then what happens if I cuss you the fuck out when you come up
Mhm.
to sing, and then I would be, I would be wrong at that point, or
Right.
would I?
But
Or
no,
would
you
I?
wouldn't be wrong because then I said all this stuff. But that's my issue is I make sure that I tell my people, please don't be out in these streets windmilling for me. Don't do that. Don't
That's
do it.
why I tell my people don't do it. My people don't be down in chats attacking people.
Not mine either. Not my true, not my real porch watchers. We don't do that. We don't windmill for me because I windmill for me. Do you see what I'm saying? That because it make you look crazy. It make the person doing the windmilling look crazy. That's why I don't windmill for other people because it make you look crazy. Like in this situation, you and
It made
Justice
her look
was cool.
crazy. I mean, because I wasn't cussing her or nothing. I just asked her, "What are you basing that on?" Because you just threw something out. You're washed up. Okay, so what you basing that on? And then you don't come back and say nothing else.
Right, right. It don't
That
make
just
no
sounds
sense.
like old punk. That old, like old punk to me.
Yeah, yep. It's crazy. But like I said, if you windmilling for Duchess or you windmilling for Mother, then they up on the panel, and you done been going against Mother, but Mother is now up on DKL chat and they getting along just fine. How is that making you looking? And then you feel comfortable enough to click the link because you support Duchess and it's his channel, and then Spill It cuss you out because of something you done said previously. So do you feel like you shouldn't have been doing? Do you feel like you was make yourself look stupid doing the windmill because they cool
No, because
now?
then you put Duchess in another position, and they'll say you're a terrible friend of Duchess because why would you get on his panel and cuss her out?
Right,
Well, we all know that she can't get on my panel and I cuss her out. And we all know I'm not going to sit over there while she talks crazy to me, right? So
right.
that
This
makes a whole
Idaho
kerfuffle, don't it?
Right. This Idaho says, Olivia, be careful because you're saying what you actually do remember. You continually say you don't know. I'm learning the history as we're going along. Like, what you mean? I've learned a lot this morning. I guess you didn't hear the beginning of the video. Did you not hear Heidi come up here and tell some history? Did you not hear Spill It come up here and tell some history? Did you not hear me say what I've learned so far from the history? Did you not hear that? It's like not making sense. Like, are you not paying attention? Or are you just throwing shit out there, hoping something will stick? Like, I'm confused. Like, really? That's the stuff I be talking about, And so, yeah, don't make no sense. But anyway, it's like coming to someone else's home to fight your friend's friend, right? And you come to somebody else's home to fight your friend's friend, and those two friends are going to be fine, and they're going to be fighting you for it's all over with because you should have stayed out of it. That's how that works. So I agree with that statement. I see Olivia does not take sides or pay favors. I don't windmill for nobody. Everybody know that. Spill It know that. Everybody know that in this sector. I don't take sides with nobody. But if I think if I have honest questions and I disagree with the way that somebody like I'm gonna just be up front, I disagreed with the way that Pressure Cooker was handling the situation because of the history. Because she did not let the new people know the history. I didn't even know the history. So that it makes it seem disingenuous. It makes it seem like you're being passive aggressive and have some kind of hidden issue or some latent disdain for SpillItBoy, and you're trying to make it seem like it's something else. But for a lot of people, it came across as Spill It is bullying Pressure Cooker when the whole time that is not what's going on. You're just not telling the whole story. That's why, like I said, history is so important. I didn't know the whole story, so what I did was I had questions. I had to find that. I wanted to find out for myself what was really going on. And now we know what was really going on, even to the Heidi part. We know what was really going on. So how can you say he bullying her or he's some kind of big scary man when that is not what's going on here? The past is what's going on. It don't make sense. So like I said, you either being willfully ignorant or you just dumb as fuck if you don't get it. I don't know how else to say it. Period. You know. So yeah. This is what I feel about it. This Idaho said, Olivia, let's not play this game. Everybody's not as ignorant of the history as you are. Some of us already know the history because we've been here. Well, like I said, that is the reason why I'm not playing a game. If I don't know something, I'm going to ask about it. I don't know. If I don't know something, I just don't know. But what I can do, before I pass judgment or before I pick a side, is try to understand what's going on, which is the point of the video, basically. So I'm not playing a game. If I'm not paying attention to your ass and I don't know what the hell went on, I'm just not paying attention to your ass, and I will lose my mind. You have to. There are people in this beef sector, Spill It, that are on this thing all day long, 24 hours a day. They go to sleep listening to it. They wake up listening to it. So I'm sure a lot of them know a lot about everything. But me, that is not my case. That is not what's going on. That's why I said I got questions, because I am not on here 24 hours of the day. And if I didn't know, or if it slipped past me, that it just is what it is. And that's just, yeah. That's how I feel about it. Both know the deal. And stop acting like you don't know. Well, I'm gonna tell you what I do know, Idaho. I don't know who the fuck you think you are coming here questioning me. And in the words of, I guess, Justice Kelly, oh no, SpillItBoy, fuck you, bitch, and goodbye. What about that?
That's actually that's Duchess Kelly Love saying. Well,
no,
actually,
one of y'all.
Wait a minute, back up. Actually, it belonged to Quan.
Okay, well, in my Quani voice, fuck you, bitch, and goodbye.
Yeah, because the clip that Duchess plays is Quan. That's Quan. Oh,
okay,
shit.
well, in the name of Quani, fuck you, bitch, and goodbye. See, that guy just learned some new history. See how that works?
Shut up, Olivia. See, you got me starting some more shit.
I just learned a new piece of history.
Yes.
Child. I just learned some more history. See
yeah,
how
that
that
was
works?
Quani. That was Quani. Fuck you, bitch, and goodbye. That's Quani.
Well, shout out to Quani. Fuck you, bitch, and goodbye. To Idaho. Bye. Fuck you, bitch, and goodbye. Yeah. Anyway, that's what. Anyway, Spill It. I'm going to get off here, honey. Unless
right, because my phone is all the way down to 19%. Child, messing with you, Olivia.
Okay. Well, thank you, Spill It. Thank you for popping on and answering, clearing up some of this history for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Heidi, for coming on here and clearing up some history for me. Because you know me, Spill It. If I don't know something and it catch my eye, and a lot of stuff don't catch my eye, but the pressure cooker situation, it caught my eye.
It was messy, because I figured it would catch your eye.
It did, because I had no idea. I don't, like I said, if the person don't jump out to me, I'm not gonna pay attention to their history.
Right, nobody knows her like that. She ain't. Yeah, I told you I didn't even know her until she, directed that attack at me originally way back. I didn't even know that woman existed.
I've seen her, I've seen her name around, but she's never jumped out to me enough to where I would want to, pay attention to her.
Right,
and
girl.
So,
yeah.
What'd you say?
No, go ahead, baby.
What'd you say?
Oh, and I said, go ahead, baby.
Oh no, what I was saying, yeah, she's never jumped out to me. So that's the reason why I had questions, because I never knew that she was messy like this. I had no idea. But I guess I know now, child. Okay. I guess I know now. Hey, Beach.
It's all just a mess. All right, Olivia.
Okay, baby. I
was going to say, wait, it felt like a week. I was going to say, have a great weekend, but it ain't even a weekend.
Channel number 2. Can you believe it?
Let me take my mad ass on out of here, Olivia. Bye, girl.
I know that's right. Thank you, Spill It. Have a good day, love.
Bye, baby.
Bye, baby. So yeah, y'all. I see you later too, Miss Philadelphia. Lady Tia said enjoyed you. Even if I don't care for you, I can agree with you when okay, Lady Tia. But anyway, y'all, I don't even know what the hell Lady Tia was right. She probably driving. Is what's going on. But anyway, y'all, let me get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Well, thank you, Choreo Lover. Please hit that. You have a good day too, Monroe. Please hit that like button if you haven't on your way out the door. Thank you guys for standing here. Thank you for commenting, whether you agreed or disagreed. I appreciate the feedback. A lot, like I said, I can't watch everybody, so I'm still learning beef sector history or YouTube history even to this day. And a lot a lot of my subscribers know that I am all into the history of the thing or the origin story, the genesis of the situation. Y'all know that's my thing. You know what I mean? And I like that. So when all that this situation right here popped up between Spill It and Pressure Cooker, I was all off into it because literally I had no idea. And so if you don't know something before you pass judgment, what you should do is try to get as much history or information concerning the subject as you can, and that's kind of what I do. It's called emotional maturity. Get into it. Take care. Thank you, Miss Honey. And so that's my thing. That's what I like to do, and that's what we did today. I figured you was driving, Lady Tia. So anyway, thank you everybody for coming up. Thank you, Lady Tia, Spill It Boy, and Heidi Fly, which I hadn't heard from in forever. I really enjoyed her on the panel. I was like, oh my God, go Heidi. So I even appreciate SB for hitting down in the chat. Cause he had something to do with this too. His situation was brought up in it, and it's our history, and I'm all for the history. Do you see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, a lot of people these days don't care nothing about the history. They just want to come on swinging. And for people that have some sort of integrity about themselves, the history matters, and it matters to me. So anyway, that being said, please enjoy the rest of your day. Please be safe out there. Continue to wear your mask, please, okay? And your gloves and your hand sanitizer. Don't touch your face until you get home and scrub your body, okay? Because we know what we still going through, and I want everybody to be safe, okay? Whether you agree with me or not, I want you to be safe and alive so that you can live another day to put another comment in the comment section or post another video. And I want you to be alive to hit that like button, which I hope all of you have done. Please hit that like button. If you like what you heard, please consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell on the side so that you will be noticed when I come back and post another video. I love you guys so much. Whether you like me or not, I still appreciate you for coming in my chat. So you guys have a nice day. Okay? Bye-bye. Peace.